Got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know my heartbeat needed skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, feelings. It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, driven in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. Feelings. It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, driven in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Challenger Odyssey featuring League of Legends Wild Rift. My name is Victorkaxx. Joining me here is Leoric PH. Leoric, how are you doing today?
Sorry, man. Can't hear him. Sorry.
Can you hear me actually?
Not able to hear you.
Yeah, all right. It's all good. Well, in any case, we'd like to welcome you guys for some Wild Rift action here today. But before we do that, I'd like to give a shout out to our organizers and our sponsors. This Challenger Odyssey is organized by IRL Asia, and they do this in partnership with Homey. Main sponsors for this tournament is Inch Theory, Fengcha, and PayX. So we're going to be going into a single elimination tournament here. 32 teams have taken part in this edition of the Challengers Odyssey. From what I hear, there's been 3 main countries that has been taking part in this, namely the Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia. So out of these 32 teams, they've all battled it out until the quarterfinals. So we'll be streaming this from the top 8 onwards. All the matches are going to be in best of ones, except for the last one. The grand finals will be in a best of 3. Now the prize pool for this tournament is a total of 127 ringgit. Split that out, that's going to be 18 ringgit for 3rd and 4th place respectively, 48 ringgit for 2nd place, and 88 ringgit for the top. So that's quite a bit of money there for all of these guys to be battling for, and I can't wait to see what these teams will be bringing to the table. So while we await the start of the match here, could we have a look at the brackets here? Because as I said, 32 teams have taken part, and it seems like Wild Rift is getting really popular in the Philippines from what I could see. So how is the Wild Rift scene going on over there in the Philippines though, Leoric?
Check mic. Sorry. Oh, sorry, man. If you're talking to me, I can't hear you right now.
I can hear again.
I don't know what the problem is.
Like, yeah. So, like I was saying, like there's been a lot of interest in Wild Rift from the Philippines community. So, how is the scene over there? Is it really booming a lot as of late? Has there been like a lot of really exciting things for people who have been playing Wild Rift to be looking forwards to? Nope, still no sound. Apologies for that for those who are watching at home. I think we're having slight audio issues here, but nevertheless, just try to see if Leoric can hear us. Of course, we are commentating this over a remote call here. So Leoric, in fact, he is actually at home in the Philippines right now. So while we just wait and see if we can get his sound all set up and done over there, we'll see what we can. Let's see if we can get that up to speed here. But yeah, we're like I said, we basically are going to be streaming from the top 8 onwards. So that means we'll be going from quarterfinals to semifinals and finally to the grand finals. And that means that out of these top 8, we'll be finding out who are going to be the top 4 here. Like I mentioned, these teams are participating for a cash prize here. 127 ringgit is the total prize pool. May not sound like much, but then again, given that this is an open tournament, anyone can kind of join in. Anyone has a chance of getting a cut of that 127 ringgit prize pool. And with the first prize being 88 ringgit, I think that is a very attractive little prize there, especially for those who are just really getting started into a competitive Wild Rift. And especially for those of you out there, you know, who are looking to make your first big splash or just dipping your toes a little bit into that competitive scene, you could really consider taking part in tournaments just like this one here, because IRL Asia, we organize tournaments for pretty much most of your favorite games out there. Particularly, we got tournaments for Wild Rift, for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. We also got tournaments as well for PUBG Mobile and Valorant. So plenty of options there. If you are a player, or rather if these are one of your favorite games out there, maybe you want to give it a shot here at IRL Asia. We have tournaments every single day here, and we'll definitely love to see you guys in action here. So, Leoric, at the moment, can you still hear me though? I'm still not too sure whether he can actually get his sound through or not. It doesn't seem like it's working yet, is it? Well, that's a bit of a shame there, but yeah.
I'm looking at the live. I hear you asking me a question, but
yeah, I know. So it's a little bit awkward. Like right now, he can't actually hear me properly. Like he's basically listening through the stream at the moment. So there's going to be a slight delay. I think we're going to be taking a little bit of a break here just to sort out all these technical issues. So we'll be right back later on with the actual match. So don't worry, hang in there, Leoric. We'll be right back with you after these messages. Okay? So hang in there.
Ooh. stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heart be needed. Skipping out, no, I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heart be needed. Skipping out, no, I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic, no, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heart be needed. Skipping out, no, I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher.
Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Challenger Odyssey featuring League of Legends Wild Rift. My name is Victorkaxx. Joining me here is Leoric PH. Leoric, how are you doing today?
Much better, much better. We're really sorry about the technical difficulties earlier, but yeah, I'm really
Yeah,
excited
it's
for the fight tonight. Can't wait, man.
It's okay, man. It's all good. It's all good. Let's go ahead and jump into some action here at the Challenger Odyssey. But before we do that, I'd like to give a shout out to the organizer, because the Challenger Odyssey is organized by IRL Asia, and they do this in partnership with Homie. The main sponsor for this tournament is In Theory, and it is co-sponsored by Feng Ta and PayX. So with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what's going to be happening here today, because this Challenger Odyssey is a 32 team Wild Rift tournament. That's right, so 32 teams have been competing since yesterday, I believe, and they have been competing in a single elimination best of 1 brackets. We're going to be starting this stream from the top 16 onwards, and later on we'll be proceeding to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finally the grand finals, where this time it will be a best of 3. Now, what the teams are playing for here is a prize pool, a total of 172 ringgit. So split that out, that's going to be 18 ringgit for 3rd and 4th place respectively, 48 ringgit for 2nd place, and 88 for the first placer. So we're going to be going into our first matchup here, which I believe is between I Don't Wanna Cry and ESG. So knowing Wild Rift, it's got quite a huge following there in the Philippines, doesn't it, Leoric?
Yes, it is one of the hottest game right now here in the country. So we're pretty excited with the growth, not just in the Philippines, but here in Asia also. Southeast Asia is gonna be a bang.
So I think like the first thing I got to talk about here, because this patch only came out last week, 2.1a. What do you think about it? Thumbs up, thumbs down, so? What?
I would say I would give it a thumbs up because right now everything's pretty balanced. There are heroes that are on the bottom right now who needs buffing, but in terms of the part where other heroes are really strong, has been balanced out. So I would say it's a thumbs up. So far so good. Needs more in the future, but we're on a good path.
I mean, like, I think like one of the major nerfs here I've seen is basically the nerf onto Lulu, which I believe has been quite a popular support in the recent patches. But now, do you think it's going to be opening up the doors, so to speak, for a lot more other support type heroes to actually take to the forefront here in this patch?
Yeah, Lulu is the #1 ban before the nerf. Right now, with Lulu ban, the Lulu nerf, she's still up there. But at the very least, we are now seeing other champions, especially at the support role coming up in, especially Nami. Seraphine is not up there yet, but really the Braum and Alistar champions that are always action-packed and very exciting champions are there again, and it made the game exciting again. So yeah, definitely it opens up a lot more room for other champions after Lulu nerfed.
Alright, so we're going to be waiting to see if we're going to be getting our first match up the way. So like I said early on, we've got 16 teams total. We've got 32 teams in total. We're going to be starting from the top 16 onwards. And yeah, I don't believe we'll be able to show you guys the bracket graphic quite yet, but as soon as that game is ready, we should be able to get you guys into the pick and bans, and can't wait to see. But in any case, looking at this current patch here, like basically we have like the new hero is in Katarina. Glad to see that she's finally joining in the lineup. I kind of felt like for the longest time the biggest problem for me for Wild Rift is that a lot of the popular heroes that are currently in the League of Legends meta aren't quite inside yet. Do you think that's actually something that the Riot should be looking into a lot more?
They're slowly easing the champions in. I understand the challenge for Riot in letting champions in Wild Rift right now. The mechanics of those champions are very, what do you call this? Not hard, but very complex in the PC, and to make it available on a mobile device, very challenging. And Riot wants to release the champions not half-baked. They really want it to be perfect as much as possible. So I understand that they're slowly easing in champions one by one. Still okay. More events in the future, definitely. That's something exciting with that as an exchange.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is that this probably is providing like a supreme opportunity, I think, for people who are looking to make that leap into going to mobile MOBAs, right? Because this means that you're not really carrying forward the same meta or the same kind of tricks you normally do in PC League of Legends. It's completely different meta. You've got all your kind of like I see a lot of people online say that this kind of like feels like a throwback, isn't it? Like we're seeing all the kind of like classic heroes, that we've come to know from the old League of Legends meta, and like suddenly they've gone relevant again. Like particularly Akali, Yasuo, you don't really see these guys in like League of Legends tournaments, but you do see it here in Wild Rift, and I think that's pretty nice.
Yes, definitely, it opens up the curtains really for the old champions like Blitzcrank. Who uses Blitzcrank in the new meta now in the PC version? But now we're seeing these champions, and it's always a good nostalgic feeling, and it's good for the game, really.
Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into the picks and bans. So all the teams here will be going for like the full hero pool here. I believe it's Katarina going to be banned in this tournament here. I think Katarina actually is banned for this tournament because, yeah, she is banned for this tournament given that she is still new inside the
I
match,
see.
so we don't want to, like, just in the interest of keeping things fair for everyone
Right.
involved. Yeah, it's going to be like that.
Yeah, Katarina's not that strong, so
Yeah, to be fair.
he would
yeah.
be okay. But is all right. I see. So Katarina is available. I just don't see her in the meta just yet. I think Katarina needs a buff.
I think so. Like we did see like with what's his name again? Like who else added from the last patch here? I think it was Zaya. Like she
Yeah,
really
Shaya and
really
Rakan.
wasn't really that good in the
Strong
last patch.
champions.
Now they've already kind of buffed her up a little bit, so maybe you might be seeing her in this tournament. Who knows?
Yes, maybe. There are bans. Lee Sin. Who are the other bans? There are bans already, but yeah, I like these picks right now on the blue side. Not sure which. WannaCry. Oriana Brom, always a very strong team up right there with the Wukong. Wukong can always go into the backlines. Brom can add a layer of CC on top of it, and Oriana can send out the shockwave. So I see WannaCry going for a very strong CC build right there. While on the red side, they are gonna go for the Olaf, and their support is not yet available. It's gonna be interesting to see who their support is gonna be. There you go, man. From the last patch, Rakan, one of the premier supports right now. What do you think about this pick?
So yeah, that's going to be the pickups here. So just want to reiterate about these two teams here. So I don't want to cry here on the left-hand side. They are actually from Indonesia, whereas
All right.
ESG Ace, they are from the Philippines. Are you familiar with ESG there, Leoric?
I've seen them once in a tournament, but not really. I don't really have a data about them, their tendencies, their hero pool that much. But yeah, I've come through them in some of the tournaments here in the Philippines already.
All right, so with the picks and bans already done, we're just going to be waiting for all the teams to load into the map and we can get this first best of one started. So, yeah, can't wait to see. Can't wait to see. All I just want to see is action, man, because like it's really exciting. Like seeing like all the kind of plans that Riot has been having for this year. I mean, they've been having a massive splash in many different fields of esports. Like I've been following a lot of the action that's been going on in the Valorant scene. Like I believe that the Philippines also is looking pretty strong actually in the Valorant Challenger series too. So
True.
yeah. So currently
I'm
waiting
very
for that
exci-
map to come up.
Very excited with the Wild Rift though, because here in the Philippines, mobile gaming is very big. I think Wild Rift has a very big future. Not everyone really has time to sit in the PC, so Wild Rift has a good chance compared to Valorant. But there are good Valorant players here in the country. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to game number 1. Welcome to Wild Rift. And it seems like there's an early invasion right here on the by the red team. But that is going to be spotted right now, so I think we are going to have time to introduce the players. Man, Victor, do the honors in introducing blue team.
All right, so the teams are kicking into their positions now. We do see they were looking to try to find a fight there early on, but it seems like they decided to back off and just go ahead and pick up those buffs instead. So we're settling into a 1-2-2 kind of position. That's to be expected here from I Want to Cry. It looks like they're going to be jumping onto Chilute there. Almost looks like they wanted to try to bait out a little bit of an attack there, but Durals is going to hold back inside the bushes here, just waiting to see if they're going to try to go for another push again. Hyde is going to be jungling a little bit. Star just maintaining his position here by the bottom lane. Oh, sorry, the mid lane here against Gats. So looks like things are just they're just taking it slow for the moment. Doesn't look like any of these teams want to go for any early aggressive moves yet, at least until they get their ultimates out.
True. I'm looking at the bottom lane right now because one of the win conditions right here for red team, the Filipino team ESG, is really this Kaisa. They're looking into this Kaisa. You have to go aggressive. That's why we saw Kai earlier go for the grand entrance and try to poke things out. But there's going to be a fight at the top, baby. All right, never mind that yet. Let's see if there's going to be any blood spilled, but I don't think so. Hyde is going to find an opening and will get out. But yeah, going to my point at the bottom lane, Kaisa is kind of a late game champion and is a farm heavy champion. So she will look for more CS here in the early game. And red team, for them to get a comfortable situation right here, position for this game, they will have to stop that early game of the Kaisa at the top.
Yeah.
No fights, no blood,
No.
no prize.
No fights quite yet, but they certainly are testing the waters here, it feels like, from the top and the bottom lane. But bottom lane looks really stacked here from ESG Ace. It seems like they really want to try to go for the push here. The thing is that Levi already has his it looks like that's a perfect trap here. They are going to be able to get a double stun for sure. The first blood is going to be picked up. Can they get some more though? I don't think they will be able to do so because Levi and KYY going to have to fall back here. They've already done a job. No sense in extending any further here. It's going to lead to the death of another. You don't want them to trade necessarily.
Right, good position and good rotation by the Olaf right there. Braum went in and tried to drop a ward right there, but red team was already prepared for him. That was first blood by ESG Ace. Well done.
Yeah, and that's going to be really crucial because, like, especially when the Drake is going to be spawning soon, they really want to make sure they have control over the southern side of that river there. So having that early first blood, they're definitely going to give ESG Ace a little bit to think about if they want to try to go for the engage. But I'll tell you what, they're definitely looking to try to get a trade in the middle though. They tried to go for the jump, it looks like, but doesn't seem to have landed quite yet. Now Levi will be joining in the fray here, so they want to increase this pressure on the mid lane here, hopefully to bait out a fight here from I Wanna Cry. Now getting a position, the Drake will be up in about 20 seconds, so you can see ESG already making the moves here to state their claim over this territory. And in fact, they're going to be putting a lot of pressure now onto that bottom lane. So KYY drifted apart, moving in together with the creep wave, making sure they can get themselves up to the tower, picking up the river crab as well, making sure to get all the buffs ready because the Drake is coming up in a couple seconds. Here comes the fight.
Alright, I think there's gonna be a fight right here. First Drake of the game is gonna be the Infernal Drake, and that's the most important Drake of the game. It's gonna be high right there on the hierarchy of importance when it comes to objectives here in the game. So I will see both teams not gonna try to give this up. There it is. Drake is already started by the red team right here, and I think the fight is gonna happen right here. They're gonna go for the Orianna at the backline. So the blue team is separated right now. This is a good clash by the red side right now, and it is gonna be two champions dead on the blue side, and that's gonna be their signal for an escape. Kaisa gets one, but that's just the support. She will not be able to do much more right here, and she is gonna go down. It is ESG Ace who takes the game, and they take the Drake as a reward.
I mean, when you have like Gats, Copy, as well as Levi, all level 7 here, you know that their farm has just been tip-top and perfect throughout this early game here. So it looks like ESG are setting themselves up very well to dominate this early game here. So I just want to see what I Wanna Cry is going to try to do in response here, because it seems like they are struggling to try to find that farm through all these different lanes here. And it's quite surprising to see, given that they really weren't trading much in kills at all from the first minute.
Right, man. It's 1-6 on the board. We have a 3K gold lead onto the red side. ESG definitely on a good position right here for this game, but it's still 5 minutes in. There's still more chances for the blue side. Not gonna cry to get back into this game. Let's see what they are gonna be doing, especially right now. Rift Herald is gonna be spawning in a bit. They are gonna spot the Braum alone at the top, but Braum finds an opening and will be able to disengage right here. Top turret though is gonna go down. That's a very big push. That will extend the lead right now of the ESG Ace, and we are looking at a 5K gold lead 6 minutes in.
Oh, I like that a lot, because like this is ESG being so confident in these fights right now, because they know that they're way ahead in terms of farm. They know they have all the skills and abilities to go with here. Now it's going to be another fight here, right on the top side here. Gats attempting to try to hold his own, but it seems like I Wanna Cry is starting to swarm in and picking up the kills that they need here, getting 3 kills all together here in that one fight. Now it seems like ESG are going to try to get some revenge here. Perhaps they can try to get 1 kill here that leads to trade off from there, but still, I feel like the damage had been done here. I Wanna Cry are still showing that they're still in this fight. They still have a chance to try to come back in this match.
Yo, that was a 1-for-3 exchange right there, I believe so. No, it's 4-9 on the board, but Rift Herald is taken by the red side. ESG Ace can definitely make a play for that Rift Herald. Maybe take another Drake out of the game. Let's see what they are going to be doing. But we are, ESG are still on the lead in this game. 7 minutes in, and it is a 4K gold lead on their end.
Do you think though that Leoric, that like the lineup here for I Wanna Cry will be able to scale up better as the game goes on? Because it feels like they really lack that aggression early game, and when you just speak of that, ESG already aggressively pushing into I Wanna Cry's lane here and making sure that they couldn't get a creep wave in time to try to defend this tier 1 turret. And looks like that turret will get taken down very, very quickly here. I mean, ESG right now seems like they're very much in control of this game, just basically setting the tempo. And unfortunately, I Wanna Cry is just gonna have to find a way to try to break this rhythm, I think, because otherwise ESG may be in danger of snowballing and just pushing all the way through towards the base. In fact, they're continuing to push through the mid here, picks up another kill here onto I Wanna Cry. I think this mid lane could be lost here if I Wanna Cry cannot set up a good defense. The Draven is still trying his best though, trying to make sure his presence is going to be a factor here, but at this point here, I think I Wanna Cry maybe a little bit desperate to keep these tier 1 turrets alive.
First thing they have to do is they have to avoid those kinds of deaths. What happened to Wukong earlier in the mid, they have to be wary of that. But the problem is they don't have map control right now. If you look at the map, the warding of ESG right now, it's deep into the jungle of the blue side, and they know what the blue team is doing every point of this game right now. And this has to stop, right? WannaCry has to take control of the jungle. That's their first step of getting back into this game. Another one is they have to do their CCs, their wombo combo properly. Proper communication will be very, very needed right here. They can still get back into this game. We're just 9 minutes in, and there's still room for them to come back.
What I want to see is just WannaCry have a little bit more confidence to initiate here onto ESG, because I feel that is kind of where they're lacking at the moment. They're lacking that sort of like confidence to actually start the fights against ESG. They're just basically waiting right now for ESG to make that first move. Even though I Wanna Cry is already in position for the Drake here, they're still awaiting ESG to try to move in before trying to make the move. But it looks like the Drake will be taken up very quickly, and immediately they're going to transition this into a team fight here. Getting blasted down a lot there is ESG is going to get focused down, but they still aren't able to pick apart most of I Wanna Cry here. 3 people are going to be taken down. Now it's going to be 4. Will it be a wipe here? Because yes, it is. The double kill is going to come through, and I Wanna Cry has just been wiped off of the map there with a great ace here from ESG.
Right, ESG Aces takes the fight and takes the win, and they're gonna take this mid turret as their reward. As 8 seconds in, the Baron of the game is going to be spawning in a bit. So let's see if they are going to go for that. But there's going to be a fight here at the bottom. Yasuo is alone right here, spotted by 2 champions, but Yasuo is slick enough to get out. And mid turret is already down. So many objectives right now being taken by ESG Ace, and they're showing WannaCry right now how to win in this tournament. I like what ESG Aces are doing right now. Aggressive and very, very willing to take a fight.
Yeah, very calculated indeed. But again, this is just a symptom of that early game dominance that ESG was able to do, right? Like taking some of these lanes quite early on, and making sure they took every single Drake that spawned so far. So I think like WannaCry definitely needs to try to contest, or rather just try to control these lanes. Unfortunately, there's a lose another one here in the top lane, and I think ESG may not waste too much time here in trying to taking down this turret, because now the Baron Nashor has spawned, and they're going to be going straight for that. I don't think, especially with that pickup, that I Wanna Cry will be in a position to try to counteract this.
Right. Man, the snowball is real, man. Akali is very scary right now. You saw that, how Akali just erased Darius with just a few seconds, a few combos over here. And this is going to be a fight right here in the mid. Blue team will have to disengage right here. Rakan is going to initiate on the Akali right there. I mean, Rakan goes down immediately in the fight. That is bad, and red team will have to get back. Let's see if there's blue side right here. They can get something out of it and create an opening for this, but no, they get rejected right right away. They get only the Rakan, but after that, they die one by one. And it's going to be another ace right here in the fight. 11 minutes in, ESG Aces are doing it, and they have the Baron buff right now, so they can crack this base open.
I think it's going to be a walk straight into the Nexus there, because look at that, the gold difference now is practically, it's 20k difference. It's a huge gulf there between I Want to Cry and ESG8. So at this point now, I mean, it's pretty much a simple conclusion to make that ESG is just going to try to walk into that base now, because certainly with the amount of strength they have now, and with I Want to Cry struggling to try to find the combinations here, I think this next fight here could spell the end for I Want to Cry if they get themselves wiped out yet again.
True, man. I think this is over, but not just yet. Let's see, blue team, what they have to do right now is try to contest for the next Baron of the game, extend the game a little bit, and maybe they can buy more options for them to get back into this game. But it is going to be very hard, man. I tell you, it's going to be a very hard task for them to do this at this point. The lead is just getting bigger and bigger now at 22k right now, and the dragon is going to be spawning in a bit. I don't think there is going to be an answer right here by the blue side. WannaCry will try their best though. Let's see what they can do.
And the main thing with like KYY constantly harassing there, he's just making sure that he's the center of attention. Therefore, I Want to Cry, and that's actually kind of controlling the movements here. It feels from ESG Ace's side, and I Want to Cry now just trying to keep their defenses stacked in the middle here, because they know that all it takes is just going to be one really good fight here for ESG, and that defensive line may collapse way too quickly for them to defend the Nexus. So ESG Ace now just biding their time at the moment, just constantly sending out wave after wave of creeps, clearing things out. Look at that, Levi just soloing the Drake by himself, but as he does, because right now he is really on top of the world right now. High taking so much damage there from that hit, so he's going to have to fall back to the Founder first spawn, and it's going to give a little bit of space here for ESG to try to invade. They're already attacking that top turret here. They really want to try to end this as quickly as they can. The fight is breaking out. I Want to Cry, try to find a good focus point here. They do get a lot of damage done, and they are able to force them off, but is that turret down? Yeah, I think they've already taken down the turret, and in fact the bottom turret as well is gone. There's basically no defense at all. Now ESG has a perfect opportunity to walk in, but they still need to get rid of the defenders here from I Want to Cry, because they're going to hold on to the Nexus for as long as they can.
All right, yeah, red team right now, ESG Aces have everything they need. They just don't want to finish this just yet. It's going to be very risky, considering this game is just best of one, the series, right? So they want to take this in a calculated way. There is the Baron buff that is going to be coming in the next few seconds. There it is. Baron has already spawned, and you saw that earlier in the base. That was 4 versus 5, and blue team could not really get anything, even if they have the numbers advantage right there. Olaf just took the Drake one-on-one, and that's the strength of the red team right now, and they're going to take the Baron right here. And again, this is going to be the key for blue team to get back into this game. They can contest this, but they will not be able to contest this. I don't think there is going to be any way for them to defend this victory march right now that ESG Aces are doing, and here they come.
Yeah, I think I Want to Cry is going to pray hard that ESG Ace somehow make a slip up somewhere, maybe miss a skill or a combo or two, but at the moment it seems like they are ready to try to break this defense here. They've already done quite a number in here into high. He's going to have to wrap around here. Growls is trying his best to try to keep them distracted, but no, they put in just enough damage there. The Baron buffs was too much for them to bear as ESG Ace moves on to the next round.
All right, good job, ESG Ace. Valiant effort by our friends here, and I don't want to cry, but in the end, they came up short. It is going to be ESG Ace showing you how it's done in this tournament, and they are going to be moving forward. I'm not able to see the after-game stats, but yeah, definitely, it is from the start of the game, man. You saw that. It was ESG from that point on up to the end of the game. We want to see, I don't want to cry in the future. Please come back strong, and hopefully we'll see you again in the next tournaments.
Yeah, so speaking about the scoreboard, let's go ahead and check out the post-game stats here, because I think for the most part we're going to be seeing like ESG basically being on top there. Like they're so well farmed. It feels like they're a very well-oiled machine, at least in comparison with I Want to Cry here. But just look at that, like the MVP going to drift it apart there on there, and like just looking at the KDAs alone, I think that tells the full story here.
True.
Pretty much. It's just absolute dominance here shown by ESG from the get-go.
Right, man. Right, man. Good fight right there by I Don't Wanna Cry. You saw that in the stats. Again, their blue side, I Don't Wanna Cry, their game really meta is with the insurance of Kaisa in the late game. But red team, right? ESG Aces know the plan of the blue side. They were very aggressive from the start at that point on, and they did not really let this Kaisa Braum lineup scale up in the late part of the game, and they took it at the early game, and that was their game plan, and they were successful with it.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that analysis there, Leoric. So that is the end for our first match for today. But
Right.
don't worry, guys, because we still got some more action for you guys here in Wild Rift at the Challenger Odyssey. But before we go ahead and bring you guys more of that, we're gonna have to take a short break. Well, but no, okay, I'm just gonna keep going for a little bit. But just give a shout out to our sponsors here, because this Challenger Odyssey is brought to you by IRL Asia in partnership together with Homie. The main sponsor for this tournament is Inch Theory, Feng Cha, and PayX. So do check out our sponsors here, because we're really grateful that they're actually supporting us in this venture and making sure they can bring you guys this level action here at the Challenger Odyssey. So yeah, we're going to be waiting to see how it is for the next round, but we'll be taking that short break now. So my name is Victorkaxx. Joining me here is Leoric. We'll be seeing you guys after these messages, so don't go away.
See ya.
With you, when you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know when my heart be needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic, no I'm never letting go, now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher. let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Ooh, you take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the Challenger Odyssey featuring League of Legends Wild Rift. This event was brought to you by IRL Asia in partnership with Homie. My name is Victorkaxx. Joining me here is Leoric, and we're going to be your casters as we enter quarterfinals. Now, this is going to be between KLG and Atreus Uno. So, given that these are both your fellow countrymen here, Leoric, what can you tell me about both of these teams?
Really don't have a background about them yet. I'm really excited. There are so many teams in the Philippines right now. Very hard to know who are the top ones. There are quite a few of the top ones. There are so many in the S tier. We can say S tier, and there are so many rising stars right now. Can't really say, man. Can't really say just that.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just that there's background music.
Okay, I think.
Very high.
Yeah, I can hear you actually. I'm not sure whether you can hear me or not on your side.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just that there's background music.
Yeah, there's a bit of music playing in the background there. I think we can turn that off there. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay,
Much better.
so,
Much better.
yeah, apologies for that just now, but yeah,
Everything
I
is
mean,
live right now, so please understand if there are going to be hiccups every now and then. So,
yeah, so in any case, we are reading the comments here and we're seeing a lot of support here for both of the teams here. So if you guys are watching the stream, don't forget to comment down which teams are you supporting in this particular matchup right now, because I believe there's a lot of excitement here for KLG. There's even excitement for Synergy here inside the chat right now. So
Synergy, I know them quite a while. For how many fights right now? There's so many tournaments that I have been casting here in the Philippines. Synergy is a mainstay. Big fan of those team. I'm expecting fireworks from this point on. The opponent is what team again? KLG?
yeah,
Sorry?
it was I think it's actually KLG versus another team actually here that we're going to be that's actually playing. I think Synergy could be on a separate, different bracket actually. Yeah, I think they're actually on the opposite side of the bracket, I believe, because now we are already entering the quarterfinals, so there's only 8 teams left in the running right now, and it's a single elimination best of 1 tournament. So I mean, anything could kind of happen at this point, but frankly, it feels like, especially given the nature of the format, it's definitely a very brutal sort of like knockout-ish kind of format, isn't it? So it's pretty much you have to win, like, how many rounds is that? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you have to win 5 in a row before you actually get to the grand finals. So I think for a lot of these teams here, it's definitely kind of like one of the harder things to kind of pull off here. But in any case, I also like to kind of like let you guys know that the pick and bans will be coming through soon. So KLG versus AST. So the ban champions so far are Akali and Braun from the KLG side, and AST has decided to ban out Lee and Gragas. What do you think about that, though, Leoric?
Those are the S tier champions right now. Very, very strong champions to create a play with. That's why you ban them. It's either ban them or pick them. But it's gonna be very challenging because if ever you're the first pick, you can only pick one, either the Gragas or either the Lee Sin. So if you pick the Lee Sin and don't ban the Gragas, the opposing team will be able to get it because they're gonna get 2 champions right away off the bat. might as well just ban those S tier champions and let the opponents try to create a play, beat you without these champions.
Yeah, and especially in the best of one format, at least you don't want to
Right.
hand any of the S tier
No,
champions,
no,
none
no,
whatsoever,
you can't,
to the
man.
enemy team, right? So I mean, this could be interesting because I know like Akali, Braum, and Gragas, they are very very strong right now,
True.
especially in the solo queue meta. So it's no surprise at all that we won't be seeing much of these heroes, I think, in this tournament
Mm-hmm.
at all, because naturally, especially the drafter as well, you want to kind of force your opponents to kind of play their off heroes, try to play something they may not be that familiar or maybe not that comfortable with. And certainly, any sort of advantage you can get in a best of one series like this, you have to go for it, because you really just only have one shot, one opportunity, and that's it. If you lose one round, just one round alone, that's it. Your chances of getting into the grand finals is gone from 1 to 0.
Right, true, man. And it's important to remember that the battle doesn't happen in the rift. It starts in the ban phase, in the lobby. The battle already starts. So yeah, you have to bring your A game and avoid these kinds of risks. So ban these champions, let the opponents work for it for the win. If ever they lose, they will be better than you. Let them work for it, man.
I think like one of the kind of risks I think that teams will always have to think about is that if they try to run like the same composition or the same lineup from round to round, it may
Right.
work in certain situations, especially if you're a team, I suppose, will have the synergy required to actually utilize these heroes to the fullest. But I kind of fear that, especially now that we're already like here in the top 16, now going to the top 8, maybe those same kind of tricks may not work with all the kind of teams. But I don't know, like I'm not sure what your experience as far as like tournaments go, but I kind of feel that some teams would definitely try to use just basically their most played or like their strongest heroes and just completely disregard what the actual kind of tournament meta is. But
Right.
I do believe that there are also some teams that would kind of decide that we want to try to be a little bit more flexible. Let's try to use some of these heroes that are not really that well picked inside the meta, and hopefully try to catch some of these like less experienced teams off guard. With a sudden like out of the blue kind of pick, right?
That I've seen those kinds of strategies, especially in the big tournaments. But sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I heard something. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So we have pick bans already. But anyways, they just informed us that we're gonna be going into the champion selection screen later
Right.
on. But here we go. Yeah. First pick right now is gonna be KLG off the bat. Let's see who they are gonna be picking. But on your point earlier, usually that doesn't happen in small tournaments right now, because there are so many teams. You don't really have information of your opponents right now, so it's just better to go with your comfort pick, especially it's a best of one. You have to be comfortable as much as possible. So yeah, it can happen. You can throw off, especially if your opponent is someone well known already. But right now, AST and KLG, I think they're going to go for comfort picks right here. And off the bat, Aurelion Sol is going to be available and it's going to be picked right away. I like that right there. That enables the global presence of Aurelion Sol, can always go for objectives, and the stun of Aurelion Sol with the third skill is going to be very important in taking those objectives. But red team, I like this pick. They're going to go for the Olaf and Lulu. Olaf with the Lulu is always very scary. So let's see. They're going to go aggressive in this lineup. They're going to get the Alistar at the same time. So another aggressive champion. But their support, their ADR is going to be the Kaisa right there. That will slow things down. But I already love the Olaf Lulu lineup right now. They have two supports, so this is going to be interesting. AST. So I think Lulu is going to play Baron lane right here. She is going to be very strong. Let's see who he is going to go up against. He's going to go up against the Garen. What do you think about that, man?
I don't know. Again, like a lot of this is kind of like new to me, to be honest, because it's been kind of like basically like the whole of like the last 24 hours is basically me trying to get a crash course, and like what's kind of like new in Wild Rift. How is it different compared to League of Legends, which I have played like the regular League of Legends. So coming to this year, it's like it feels like I had to, it feels like I had to kind of learn things over again. But It's certainly interesting to see that a lot of like the kind of like what we consider classic heroes are suddenly like relevant again thanks to the new kind of like thanks to what Wild Rift is at this point.
True. Right, so the picks are complete. I like the red side right now. It's just that they have 2 support champions. Not a big fan of that. But Aurelion Sol, Garen, Rakan, Jin, and Vi is also a very, very strong lineup. It's going to be a 4-1 lineup. That's the meta here in Wild Rift right now that's happening, where 4 champions are going to be grouping up together, and that is basically your offense ball, and one will go for a split push. Garen is a very strong split pusher and can always help in the fight if needed. So I like that. I like the lineup also. This is what you said earlier, something that is off the meta, 2 supports right now. I've seen that in the PC version where Lulu goes to the Baron lane. I don't know if that is something they will be doing here in this game. Lulu being a support champion, just farming at the top. All of a sudden, you have because she's alone. All of a sudden, the team has a very strong support already farming solo at the top. That is going to be something that I'm very excited to see how that will work out for the red team right now. And we're already loading towards the Wild Rift, right?
Yep, we are. So let's go ahead. Without further ado, let's jump right in. It's Atreus PH versus KLG Wild Rift. Atreus will be on the red, KLG will be on the blue, and let's get right into the game now. So, things looking very, very standard at the moment. You got your top, you got most of your junglers gathering up in the bottom. Doesn't seem like they're invading or just going for each other's buff. They're just going to be taking the buffs in their own respective jungles. So it looks like it's going to be a setup for the long haul maybe for KLG here.
Alright, so yeah, I want to put a focus on the top lane again. We were right there. The Lulu is going to go for the Baron lane, and pretty much just a good lineup. I mean, good lane with going up against a Garen who's a melee champion. So yeah, but this can be a make or break. I don't know if this meta will work here in Wild Rift. I haven't seen it just yet, but so far so good. Kalos is being pushed away by this Luna right here, and it's already working well for them. So I'm very interested how AST is gonna carry this game at a later point on the game. Look at that, Kalos is pushed to go back home, get the fruit right there, and get back into this lane. So far so good. It's working well for AST right here.
Yeah, I mean, things are just looking very stable at the moment. We're not seeing any kind of like teams going for like any weird movements at the moment. It seems to be just like a normal sort of like laning phase that's going on between both KLG and Atreus right now. So we do see that Rio is just moving up to the top lane here, just going to be picking up the River Crab. No big deal, but the thing is that the Treads are stacking quite a bit here. They might try to go for a jump. Carlos is going to try to get one to Luna. They're going to try to get a stun right on top. They do pick up the first blood here onto Atreus. Can they get another one here? Luna is very low, gets picked off as well. And with that said, they might get a third here if Crow cannot get out in time, but he does get the flash forward, and he is in the safe zone for now. So with 2 kills right off the bat, I think KLG can definitely feel a lot more confident for the fight up ahead.
Yeah, man. Things getting spicy already, and we're just 2 minutes. And this is the weakness that I am talking about right now. Lulu up the top. They were lacking firepower in that clash. Garen dealing so much damage on Lulu, zoning her out, and man, Olaf just died, and that is well played by KLG. I'll give it to them. 2-0 on the board, and they're up already 2K in this game. They can use that to pressure the team and really take this first leg of the game to expand their lead further on.
Yeah, I think like this is going to be a very, very a very important moment here for Atreus, because having lost those 2 kills there, it means that now they have to just keep their head down, just make sure that they keep their farm up to par here, make sure to get those ultimates ready. We already got level 5 here on the Garen, we're also getting level 5 here on our jungler here on the Atreus side, so ultimates are kind of ready and should be just about in time, because the Drake is going to be coming up soon. So we already see Atreus already trying their best here to try to keep this river side, trying to keep the presence here, I should say, on this river side here. But really, I think the key thing is to see which team is going to try to go for those first picks, or who's going to try to bring that pressure to the lanes.
All right, both teams still have time right here to reset. We should see TPs coming in later in a bit to create a position for this Drake. First Drake is going to be the Cloud Drake. It's not going to be very high in the priority board, but if you have that Drake buff under you, that is still something. I'd take that any time of day instead of not having it. But let's see how both teams are going to be doing it, especially right now. Astraeus, they're down 2-0. Are they going to give this up or going to go for an exchange with the turret, which is going to be very wise, I assume. So yeah, let's see how this is going to happen, and it is going to spawn here in the next minute, next second, and there it is. The first Drake of the game is up, and that is where the party is going to be. Both teams know where the address is, and they're right here, right now. Kaisa walking down here, and AST is going to fight for this Drake right here. Let's see what is going to happen. Go ahead, man. Fight. Cover this fight, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying and seeing, waiting for them to jump and find the KLG too. They are trying to get onto it at the moment. The Drake's quite low, and I think though, Atreus might just have enough to pick up the Drakes, and now they're going to try to turn this around into a fight here. Can they get some extra kills though? They already lost one, they got two in return though. This is looking like a really good trade so far. Atreus trying to go for third. They are going to be able to pick that up, so now they are even in terms of kill. The marksman now trying his best to get a few more shots in, but I'm afraid the damage has been done. Astraeus able to keep the Drake and also win the fight.
All right. The curtain call opening quite late in the game, and that was very costly for the blue side. They do get the first Drake of the game. I'd give that to them, but in the end, it was Astraeus in that fight, and they are doing it in the early part of the game, evening things up here in the board, and we have a 3-3 right here, but in the end it is blue side who got the Drake. Let's see how both teams are gonna do things moving forward in this game as we enter the opening of the mid part of the game already.
Yeah, so now things are going to be settling down a lot more here, especially for KLG's side, because now they've lost their advantage. Astraeus, in fact, they're already kind of like caught up in their farm, because in terms of net worth, they're already a little bit ahead here of KLG, and that's just exactly what you should do, right? Especially facing off against a team that seems to want to try to pick up the early fights. So they've done very well now to keep things even and balanced, but at this point now, it's just going to be that head-to-head sort of like sort of situation between both these teams, right? Who's going to be the first one to falter? Who's going to be the first one to blink? I mean, honestly, right now things are looking very, very even between both these teams. So this next fight is going to be coming up soon near the Baron Pit, and can't wait to see whether or not Astraeus will be able to continue to hand KLG the fights here, or will KLG just suddenly find the right combination they need to take back the lead here from Astraeus.
All right, let's see. There is going to be a fight right here. Rakan is going to go in and hits two champions right there, but Rakan is brought down early in that fight, and that's trouble for the Rakan. Will find an opening right there to get out, but Alistar is going to be here. Vi will send out his ultimate, but Vi will go down. That's the first casualty of this fight, and that is bad news for blue side, and they are going to be going to exit maneuvers right here. It is going to be the curtain call opening up right here. Bullets are flying into the fight, but somehow Red team is still doing it. They're still alive. Ultimate by Norez, so it's going to be on point. Hits 3 champions, but that's not going to be enough. Red team Astraeus are doing it at this part of the game, and they take the Baron. No, it's the Rift Herald with them 7 minutes in.
Oh, that is such a good fight there at Astraeus, because now they're showing KLG that now we are getting a lot stronger than you now. They're just waiting for KLG to try to bring in their reply, and it just seemed to be not meeting them at all, not even being seen in their chats here, I think, on the Astraeus side. But nevertheless, I think now the shoe is definitely on the other foot. Now it's going to be KLG's turn to try to come back from the situation. They're just going to have to keep their heads down a little bit, try not to force too much fights if they don't need to, and hopefully try to get the next pick off the moment the next Drake is coming up to spawn, because 30 seconds more, that next Drake is coming up.
Right, and it's important to remember that the Red team has the Rift Herald with them right now. first turret is not yet down in this game, so they can either go for the Drake or get a first turret with the help of Rift Herald. Any team who goes for the Rift, for the first turret with the Rift Herald is always at the advantage right here. Let's see what their plan is going to be, as teams are right now going for the resets. It's going to be very important for Aurel Sol to get that reset, get a head start on her, on his ultimate, on his stun right here. And there it is, Rift Herald is going to be casted here in the mid. Let me take a deep breath because I think this is going to be a fight, baby. All right, Dragon is already half HP down. Rakan is going to be stalking everyone, looks for a position to get that grand entrance, but red team is not going to allow that. There it is, Dragon is already going down. Rakan is in no position, no condition to fight right now, and they will just back out. Good job by AST zoning the blue team out, and they take the Dragon with them 9 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just Astraeus just extending their dominance over this round at the moment, because KLG not really confident to try to get initiations done here. They kind of backed up a little bit, and it seems like that's going to hurt them a lot in the long run, because they're just handing a lot of initiative here to Astraeus. But nevertheless, it looks like Shangran is going to try to go for a little push here. Paolo's going to try to go for a little push here on the tower, but Shang's not going to have any of that at all. Just trying to force him off the way. I mean, a level 9 here. He's going to be quite a strong presence here in this lane, I think. And now he's even got the Luke Kuro coming in to back him up.
Right, yeah, man. Good attempt right there by the Garen. Nonetheless, it is the first turret of the game still available right here for the taking, and it is extra gold for your team. Good peel right there.
Yeah, that's good time.
Garen, putting Garen in a bad position, but the flash forward is gonna find an exit for him, and he is out of there. At the bottom, it's gonna be a fight. Also, it is Lulu and the Olaf at the bottom. This is gonna be very scary. Let's see. Let's look at the fight. Let's Rakan going far away from the, but it's the axe right there. Good job by Olaf's axing down the Rakan, but he is gonna go down with the Garen ultimate. What's the name of the ultimate again? The Mashin Justice served, and Olaf doesn't like any part of it. First turret of the game is it's gonna be the second turret. First turret did go to the red side, so it is still red team Astraeus who won this turret race, and they get first turret 1-1 on the board when it comes to turret count 10 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, just like that, Astraeus, even though KLG was kind of winning the fights here, Astraeus still going for those objectives, right? Just taking down those turrets, making sure there's very little support here in both the top and the bottom lanes. But for now, it's just a tier 1 turret that's been taken down on the top lane. You still need to try to find some more. They perhaps could try for the mid turret, because it's looking very, very low and very, very juicy, actually, for the side of Astraeus. But in any case, they are going back into the usual positions here. I think the Baron's alive, but they're not really going for it at the moment. Right now, their focus is on trying to maintain the map control, because it's starting to see KLG getting a little bit more confident through the rivers. It's trying to keep the Astraeus zone out, making sure that they get, whatever fight is going to be coming at them, it's going to be on their own terms. So KLG just moving quickly to make sure the northern side of that river is covered. But you can see Astraeus, they're already starting to stack some of the attackers here. They are looking to try to win the fight, because they really want to try to take that Baron next.
Alright, yeah, there's gonna be fight in the mid, baby. Let's see what is gonna be happening here. It's gonna be blue side who will try to disengage right there, and they're out. No fight just as the moment. There's a pressure on this mid turret. If this goes down, this will open up the map for the red side, but blue team will do their best for that not to happen right here. I like what is happening right now with Astraeus. Their 2 support lineup is always working well for them. They have the Lulu, Olaf. You saw how strong that was working for them. But wait a minute, there's gonna be a fight right here in the mid. It's just gonna be a trade game.
Yeah, they're really trying hard here in the moment, but unfortunately for KLG, they just lost another turret. It looks like the bottom turret has been taken out successfully by Astraeus, so that's just further adding their woes, because they haven't really found a way to get a good start here on the fight against Astraeus. So KLG is constantly searching around. The Garen continuing this push here on the top lane, making sure that at least space is created on that zone there. And that's going to be crucial, because it at least keeps Astraeus contained to the Astria's southern side, and the thing is, they are just going straight for the invade with the Inferno Drake alive and ready. They are just going to be going in straight away to try to pick it up. Looks like it's going to be very, very quick take care of the Drake. But no, Leoric tries in there. But unfortunately, Astria still picks up the Infernal Dragon. They still will be able to bring the fight back here to KLG. Can they survive though? The ultimates are all coming out. Astria is now desperate to try to get some more extra kills because they know they have the buff on their side. They have the Drake already. Can they get some more kills here? Looks like they're going to go ahead and just go ahead and tower dive here. They got 4 people up and they do take 1 down, but it's still, Garrett's going to be able to come back up the speed there. They will not confirm the kill, but at least they've gotten the Drake. They've gotten what they came here for. Now they just need to extend this lead.
All right, Astrius right now doing it in this game. They take the fight and they take the Drake and they take 2 champions down with that Drake, and they are now up 5k in this game. Midgard just got destroyed, and this is the map opening up for them. Let's see if they will exert their dominance. So far they've just been doing that. Let's see what damage they can do further.
Yeah, so again, the setup is already right here. I mean, Astria is just waiting for the right moment to try to jump on his barrel, but they don't want to do it too early, especially when they haven't quite gotten enough information here about what KLG's movements are. But it seems like KLG are still mostly stacked in mid. They are still trying to defend this last tier 1 turret here of their own, and they will not let that go without at least taking down a couple of Astrias. But the thing is that if they do, if Astrias does successfully take that Baron, I'm afraid that KLG may lose a chance here to try to regain an initiative. They are far behind both in kills as well as net worth, so I think they're starting to get a little bit desperate. They were going good for a little bit of a attempt with the Shang, but that didn't really quite land, unfortunately. But they don't want to overcommit to the fight quite yet, especially with most Astrias still gathered up in front of Baron.
Astrius right now, they just wanna exert map dominance right now. Look at the warding right there. They have forward wards here near the Baron, and blue team will have to take care when they come out, and that is it. That is gonna be the Baron right away. No challenge whatsoever, and red team is gonna go for a reset. Let's see what setup are they gonna do with this Baron buff in their hands, and are they gonna crack the base open up with this push?
I mean, there's just so many options right on their hands right now. I mean, in a sense, it's basically they're holding all the cards here, whereas KLG, all they could really do is just react to what Astrias is doing, and this is actually working out very perfectly for the red team because, you know, having that level of control over your opponents means that every single fight here is going to be dictated very much by where Astrias is going to move. So right now, very crucial moment. The KLG is using this last brief moments of calm before the storm to at least get a couple of buffs from the jungles and then quickly clear out. Maybe if they're lucky enough, they might catch a couple of stragglers here for Astrias, but they're getting very dangerously close here towards their base. So that pressure is certainly mounting on the blue side. Now with a tier 2 turret getting taken down so rapidly there on the top lane, there's basically nothing standing in their way between Astrias and that Nexus.
Yeah, the Baron buff, man, that's the power of the Baron buff. Turrets are just gonna melt, and they're just not done yet. They are gonna be going in. Rakan tries for their grand entrance, but is not gonna hit. It is gonna be Vi right here who will try to initiate, but that mid turret is history. At the top, they're gonna be shifting their focus right there. 3 champions from the red side on the top. They're gonna try to push this out. While 3 champions on the bottom. Only Vi at the bottom right now, so this is not gonna be enough of a defense right here. And it is, oh no, they're successful with the push right there. That is big for red side. Look at the gold after that. We are now looking at an 11k gold lead after that push, and they're gonna go for a reset, and they are gonna prep again for the Drake already. Oh, they're starting the Drake already. Drake is already alive, mind you, so we don't see that. Baron buff is already down, but the Drake is gonna be next for the taking right here. Vi knows about this, so Vi, I think, is gonna attempt a steal right here. Let's see if red team will be wise enough to check for that Vi threat right there. Yes, they are. Oriana is gonna zone and push that Vi away, and this is gonna be another objectives down for Astrius without any contest. Astrius doing it right now, 18 minutes in.
Wow, I mean, KLG is just basically starved. They're starved for farm, they're starved for kills, and they've been starved for drakes. You know, pretty much they only managed to get like just one, and that's it. Like every other drake has been taken by Astrius so far, and literally that's just helping them so much in these pushes. Like you said, like the Baron pushes make sure that they've eliminated all the tier 2 turrets. Now only 2 tier 3s are left, so it's not much standing between Astrius and the Nexus. So KLG's next defensive line here has to be absolutely perfect, because otherwise Astrius is going to be able to break right through and take this round. So now the setup is perfect. Let's see what KLG can try to do in response. They are stacking most of their attacks towards the bottom here, Astrius is, and they're just attempting to try to break down this turret here, while Garen is continuing to try to defend on the top lane. So that is providing a little bit of space for his own team here. But now rapidly moving towards the mid here is Astrius, and they're just gonna use this creep wave here to try to push all the way in and increase the pressure on the KLG, forcing them to try to come up in front. But still, no one is taking a bait, no one is overextending. In fact, Astrius is going to recall back. They aren't actually going to press the issue any further. It looks like they want to try to drag this game out a little longer.
Yeah, I think this is very wise from Astrius right now. The Baron just spawned right here, and it will be a much more wiser move to get the Baron and go for the kill afterwards, because it is going to be very risky for them to try to take down the Nexus with 2 turrets still available and that Nexus shooting them at the same time. So here it is. Baron is already being started right here by the red side. Blue side will have to try to defend this. If not, it is going to be game over. Vi is in a good position right now, but comes in pretty early right there and will not be able to slow it. It's going to be Vi who gets the steal right there. What a steal, but what cost right here. Vi is already trying to run, but he goes down. 2 champions on the red side is down already. Garen is split from the pack, and that right now they know they have the numbers game. Astrius will go for this Nexus jugular right here, and they will be doing it. Rakan will go in, and it is not going to hit right now. Red team are doing so much damage right here. Nexus is going to be focused right here. Rakan will try to run, and he better be, and that is going to be the Nexus, and Astrius wins this game convincingly. That is a fight, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see Astrius on the next round of this tournament. What do you think about that, Victor?
All I could think about is all the KLG supporters in the chat are just going to be so sad right now, because KLG really put up, they tried the best here, guys, but it just wasn't enough. Astrius, once they found what they were looking for, once they found that synergy, it was just impossible to try to hold them back. So it was still a very much a good last-ditch attempt there to steal the Baron. Unfortunately, he not only had to get the steal, he also had to survive that encounter, because he still needed to defend after that. So again, it was pretty much a numbers game once it came to the end there. Speaking of numbers, let's go ahead and check out that scoreboard here. I'm pretty sure you'll like to see what the final post-match statistics are for this, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Yep, there we go. So
yeah, 4-10 on the board for the kill KDA. Not that much of kills in this fight, but if we look at the gold lead and objectives, that will tell you the story of this game. 4-10 is quite peaceful as a game here in Wild Rift. 4-10 kills, only 14 kills in this fight. But man, the objectives, the rotations, man, I really love. I think I want to focus on this lineup again. I mentioned earlier the Lulu Baron laner going up against the melee champion worked for the team. That is, all of a sudden you have a very strong, well-farmed support with you, and Alistar with the Orianna ball shield right there makes Alistar even more stronger for your front lines, and Kaisa in the late game being your insurance really worked out in this fight, and I think this is going to be something to look at in the future meta of this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is certainly putting Astrius like very high up, I think, in like the favorites right now to get to the grand finals. I mean, I'm not sure about the win quite yet. We still have a lot of other teams, you know, that are still in the running here. But rest assured, I think Astrius has definitely secured a very convincing win here in order to move on to the semifinals. And kudos to them. It was very, very well done at their end. Particularly,
well done.
Very well done. So yeah, that was our match here. Which we have highlights or replays coming in. Yep. No. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, we do have a little bit of highlights here. So maybe we can recap a little bit about some of the action which truth to be told, not so much, especially when you compare to the first match, like 4 to 10,
True.
not a lot of kills, but again, it was just basically KLG being very conservative, right, on taking some of those fights. Let's go ahead and jump into the replays now as with that comes up. Back didn't really try to go out for that many trades, but eventually once they already got those ultimates out and ready, and when the Drakes are spawning, that's when we start to see them come online, I feel.
True, man. Right. Yeah, true. Yeah, Filipino teams, one going down. Not really good numbers for the kills, but again, this is just a best of one.
Yeah.
So as much as possible. If it's a best of one, you have to be very methodical in the game if you really want to go forward into later parts of this tournament.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is Asterisk doing it methodically, and kudos to them. They got it. They did the job, and we are going to be seeing them again in the future. You're seeing highlights right now. There's this fight earlier. This is the first clash of the game where first blood and second kill of the game did go to the blue side right here, KLG. That was basically it. They got the lead right there, but after that, this is the second where the red team went to the dragon. He got the break, but red got.
Despite his best efforts, couldn't really be too much of a factor here for the fights against Astrius.
Right.
So that just handed them completely the control over the game, and taking the Baron here was pretty much a very devastating blow here for KLG, because with how quickly Astrius just moved in to take out those turrets, like by the time they were done, the KLG had very little defense to go on here. So from this point onwards, it pretty much Asterisk, all they had to do was just hold on to that siege, make sure that KLG wasn't able to get much trades in terms of kills. They did manage to get the steal onto Baron, but unfortunately getting caught out in the middle like that meant with two people taken out, that meant that from this point on, the man advantage was squarely in the hands of Asterisk, and all they had to do was just walk straight up, smash down the Nexus, and take the win. So yeah, that pretty much was the game here for this round, and yep, very much well done here to Astrius. They'll be through into the semi-finals, and I'll be glad to see whether or not they'll be able to make their way to the grand finals. But nevertheless, I think that was our second game here for the Challenger Odyssey featuring League of Legends Wild Rift. We're going to be taking a short break, so later on we'll be right back here with the semi-finals. So don't go away, guys. We'll be right back after these messages.
Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Ooh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know my heart out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, yeah. You take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic, no, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, yeah. You take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heart be needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Ooh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heart be needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Challenger Odyssey featuring League of Legends Wild Rift. My name is Victorkaxx. Joining me here is Leoric PH for the third time here. I mean, Leoric, after seeing two back-to-back like dominant games here, do you think this pattern still continue? Because now we're already in the semi-finals. This is where we got the top 4 teams. Surely now we're going to be seeing some very close games, aren't we? Sorry about that. I think I couldn't quite hear you just now. Can you try to speak again? Because I'm trying to hear you over the phones. Oh, I don't think your audio is coming in. Yeah, so apologies for that. Like, I can't actually hear what Leoric's saying. I'm not sure if Leoric, can you hear actually what I'm saying over here? Yeah, you can. Okay. So I think I'm having a slight audio issue here. Okay. So let's just wait a bit and see if we can try to fix that here. So try to just keep try to keep.
Oh, sorry.
Ah.
Yeah, my
okay.
bad.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, you asked me a question earlier. My mic got muted. Sorry about that. My bad.
It's okay.
I think we're expecting much closer fights this time around because we have already basically filtered out the teams, and what we're seeing are the good ones right now. So I'm expecting a much closer fight in our next game, and I'm excited for the semifinal.
Yeah, or even at the very least, maybe these guys will actually try to pull some tricky stuff during the drafts. I mean, one can always hope.
Yeah, I believe so because if there's a time to pull out your tricks, this is going to be the best time to do that.
Yes, exactly. So this next round here is going to be between Secret Empire and eLord. Oh, sorry, eLord Esports, I think. I hope I didn't butcher the pronunciation of that too much there. So it's Secret Empire versus eLord Esports. Yeah.
Philippines versus
Philippines.
Eleanor.
Okay. I think it's spelled E-L-O-R-D-E. So I'm assuming it's pronounced eLord. Or
Elorde.
Elorde.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
if that's a Philippine team, that's Elorde.
Elorde. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I believe it's
Secret Empire, I've been covering them before. Pretty good team also. So yeah, they come through to this tournament.
And as for Elorde Esports,
Yes.
are you familiar with them?
Haven't seen them fight yet before, but I think they're from the Philippines. If I'm wrong, if I'm right, yeah, Elorde is one of the premier boxers here in the Philippines. Aside from Manny Pacquiao, before Manny Pacquiao, the most successful one really was Elorde. So yeah, I think
that's
that
actually-
is it. I could be wrong, but
I
yeah,
mean-
Elorde.
I mean, if that is true, I mean, that's a really badass name to have for your esports team, right? Name yourself after one of the top fighters in the Philippines. I mean,
Right.
what a way, you know, to really like make a name for yourself, right? But yeah, it is actually both of them are Filipino teams here, so it's still
Right, I
another
see.
Filipino versus Filipino battle here in the
I wasn't,
semifinals.
I wasn't expecting so many Filipino teams in this tournament, man. I knew this is for Malaysia, so I was expecting many Malaysian teams, or at the very least Indonesia is gonna be joining this. Well, man, see you here, Filipino teams again.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, especially in the MOBA space, like, we're just seeing so many, like, really good Filipino teams come up and running. So, I
Right.
mean, it's no surprise at all that, you know, your fellow countrymen will always be around here, especially in games like Wild Rift or Mobile Legends. It's fantastic to see. It just goes to show how truly international this whole esport business is, right? Like,
True, man.
so the fact that I'm here in Malaysia, you know, commentating with you in the Philippines, commentating two Filipino teams here in the semifinals. I mean, how much more how much more international you need to go, right, with this?
Right.
But yeah.
By the way, did you see the post of Wild Rift earlier? There are gonna be patches again.
Oh, is it? I bet.
Let me get it, man. Let me get
Yeah.
it. So
I'm just gonna hop straight onto Reddit right now because that's where they're gonna be discussing about this. So, did they mention like what's gonna be coming up in this new patch?
there are gonna be nerfs.
Ooh.
So I think that's gonna come out maybe tomorrow or next coming days. Usually they show it. You saw it already?
Not yet. I'm going onto the Wild Rift subreddit at the moment, so hopefully I'll be able to see what the new patch is. But it's going on to our Wild Rift.
Yeah, let me get it from the chat room that I got it from. I have a chat room for everything Wild Rift here in the Philippines. So it's in the Facebook patch notes 2.1b.
Yeah. Oh, Leona. Leona is a new champion. It's just been announced in this new
Yep,
patch. Yeah, and Diana. Oh, it's a twofer. We're getting two new heroes in this new patch.
I thought it was
That's
gonna
nice.
be Leona only. So yeah, this is good.
Leona
This is
and
nice.
Pantheon. There's, Pantheon.
Pantheon is gonna be
Yeah.
here.
Wow, like 3 in a row like that. I mean, at this rate, like, I mean, again, I bet this is like Riot trying to play catch up here. Like, just let's get all the heroes in as quickly as we can. We need this Wild Rift scene to grow, and it's fantastic. This is fantastic. This is a really surprise, really a big surprise, but a welcome one at that. So yeah. Got also a new skins. We got a new event here, the Path of Ascension. What awaits
Right.
you at Targon's Peak? Find your path, make the climb. This sounds interesting.
Yeah, definitely. This is gonna be big for Wild Rift again. So I'm very excited for the patch. Hopefully this will come out this week. So yeah, I'm not seeing the patch notes right now. I saw a screenshot of the patch notes. There are gonna be buffs. And there are gonna be nerfs. It is gonna be Aurelion Sol and Yasuo getting nerfed. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's something. All right.
Soraka and Tristana. Looks like both of them are getting buffs here.
Yeah. I like that. Tristana is the champion. I really thought it's gonna stand out in the patch for the Yordles, but somehow it was Corki who shined. So yeah, Tristana. This is gonna be big. If ever Tristana is gonna get buffed, I don't know what the buff is yet. So this is
Okay,
gonna be interesting.
I'll try to read it out here. Unfortunately, the screen I have here is a little bit small, so I'm struggling a little bit to actually get the words out. But Aurelion Sol's nerfs seems to be quite significant because the base damage has been reworked here for her star. And that's it starts from 15 now instead of 18. It still
Alright.
scales all the way up to 130, but they've completely reworked the entire scaling of that, it looks like. And her base damage for Celestial Expansion has also been reworked here, so quite a lot, quite a significant one, I think. And her Voice of Light cooldown has been increased now. It's no longer 65, 55, and 45. It's now 80 seconds, 65 seconds, and 50 seconds. A lot longer
That's-
now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Aurelion Sol, I understand he's been pretty much on a tear in the competitive scene right now. So this nerf of Aurelion Sol is gonna open up room for other mid champions right now, and I really want that to happen. Aurelius's pretty sick, man. So yeah, this is a good nerf for him. Let's see what will happen. Soraka, yeah, we talked about supports earlier. For other supports to come up in the light, I think this buff of Soraka right now, Astral Infusion, the heal is gonna be much bigger, so that is gonna be something. The cooldown of Equinox is gonna go down, so I think I'm gonna be seeing Soraka more in the competitive scene, especially Tristana. This is what I have been waiting for. The buff on Tristana is gonna be very good.
Yeah, it does sound like it really is going in line with what we saw in 2.1a, where like they nerfed Lulu now, so now they're just basically looking at which kind of support heroes we want to kind of like bring up to the spotlight again. So this definitely is a very good buff here for Soraka, and for Tristana as well. She's getting a nice little buff to her mana here, so the base mana level's gone from 33 to 41. That's a lot of mana now. The mana level 15 now is going to be 874 as opposed to 762. So again, just making sure that she has a lot of fuel in the tank, so to speak, when it comes to bringing out her skills. And on top of that, her rocket jump is now had an increase in her slow duration, so it's now starting from 1.5 seconds here, and it goes all the way up to 3 seconds now for her rocket jump. Previously, it was about half a second slower. Oh, sorry, half a second less, I should say, the duration is.
All right. The Ziggs, man. Ziggs is pretty somehow being picked right now in the meta, but with this buff of the ultimate of Ziggs, this is gonna be big for Ziggs, man. We are now gonna see a siege type lineup more or less later on in this game. The AoE of his ultimate is gonna be expanded. The inner AoE is gonna be also expanded, so that's more damage for the area of effect. And Satchel Charge, one of the best turret, the best turret pushing skill, is gonna be buffed. 20, 25, 30, 35 tower. No, it is.
Oh, it's actually a bit of a nerf.
Yeah, it is gonna be a no.
Yeah, I think
It is gonna be lowered though. The satchel charge, but
I mean,
yeah,
with
still very good.
Yeah, still very good. Especially the AOE is now increased, so now it's going to be a lot easier to hit those Inferno bombs, especially across the map now. So that's really good to see here that the Ziggs getting a lot more attention here. And oh yeah, we kind of like skipped over a little bit on Yasuo. So again, like Riot pointed out, he really benefited a lot from the Blade of the Ruined King from the last patch. So now they've kind of like nerfed down his base stats a bit. So his base armor has been reduced by 5 now. So it's gone down from 40 to 35, and consequently his base health as well has been lowered now to 570. So that's the thing. Like Yasuo, I know has been like a very popular pick for mid. So do you think this is going to be affecting that pick rate so much, or is he still bringing a lot to the table though?
The thing is, there is one more buff that you missed. The sweeping blade dash speed is gonna go down to 900. Let's see what this really does in the game. One of the strengths of Yasuo is really to move from one place to another with that sweeping blade, and this might be something that can turn off most players since the fighting capability of Yasuo is gonna go down. So yeah, I think this is gonna affect the picking of Yasuo. Yasuo's very strong right now. We can still see Yasuo being picked every now and then, especially in a wombo combo lineup with the Wukong or an Alistar, where they can go through the backlines, and then once they knock up the champions, Yasuo can continue to juggle. This will lower Yasuo's pick rate right here. I think it's good for the game.
So speaking of which, besides all these heroes, nerfs, and buffs, it's actually been a major change to the systems here, particularly when it comes to the lane swaps. So Riot apparently has done this in response to a lot of teams just doing lane swaps here to force 2v1 situation in these lanes. So now they're actually giving a lot more bonus armor and magic resistance for heroes whenever they are near the turrets. So specifically, it means that in the during the first 3 minutes now, solo Baron lane, now you gain like 90 bonus armor and magic resistance. Mid lane also gains 90. armor
Right.
and magic resistance, and then dual lanes they will earn 40 bonus magic armor and magic resistance, and that's
This is big.
Yeah, it's a very big change because previously, if you had 5 champions inside your turret, you can get a total of 120 armor, which is really significant. That really this means that I think tower diving is going to be a lot more common now. I feel in a lot, especially during early game.
Yeah, true. I think they want to empower the champion that is alone. Right. Because the
Yeah.
2v1 lanes in competitive play, we don't think this is the most competitive healthy playstyle, so we want to address it sooner rather than later. Maintaining clear phases of the game, we think laning should at least be a few minutes again, so we're giving. Alright. So we'll talk more about this, but the game that we have right now is already ready, man. Do you have
Yeah.
the bans already?
Yep, I've got the bans right here. So, Secret Empire, they've they've both banned Alistair and Yasuo. Whereas Elorde has already banned out Braum and Akali. So, not really surprising there for Elorde, but with Alistair and Yasuo, what do you think about that ban here from Secret Empire?
Alistair is understandable. Alistair is a very aggressive support that can initiate for you, definitely. But at the same time, it's going to be a very good tank. So they want to erase that capability of you. And I think they banned the Yasuo with the Alistair. So they don't want to really see a wombo combo lineup for the opponents. And maybe the wombo combo is going to be distributed properly here with the team. So we are going to see that right now. Secret Empire is going to go for the first pick, Orianna. Very strong champion right now, and she won't be nerfed. So yeah, I think Orianna is going to be one of the S+ tier that is going to get picked a lot here in the next patch. Orianna, Wukong, Camille, I like this already. Camille can go in, and Orianna's Shockwave can go on top of her, and that is going to be a good wombo combo with the Wukong, with the Lulu, and MF2 to really just soak in the damage. I like this from Secret Empire. On the red side, it's going to be Gragas, Corki, Zed. Oh, Zed is somehow starting to get back in the meta. I haven't been seeing Zed lately, but yeah, I think this is going to be a 4-1 lineup right here. Zed is going to go for a split push heavy champion. So with the Gragas, Corki, Gragas is going to be tanking everyone up. Rakan and Divide. So far, I like the lineup from the blue. This is going to be a Vi right here from Elorde eSports. Like the wombo combo potential right here. Everyone can do something in the team fights. Unlike the red side, Zed can really just send out damage to one champion. That's basically what he really does in a team fight. Vi is good. Corki is good. Gragas though. Pushes everyone around. Really not much of a synergy I'm seeing from the red side, but let's see what their plan is. I think this is going to be a 4-1. Be a strong ball when you push or defend, and then let Zed, who's very strong in split pushing, do the split push also.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting choices here from Elorde, but like you said, perhaps they're really just leaning heavily into that 4-1 kind of strat here. And yet, that's the thing. It's like if you have with Zed being able to target down individual heroes, I think that they're really banking on that to try to disrupt sort of like the combinations that could come up from the blue side. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to try to play out this, because again, like you mentioned, Zed, you don't really see him a lot. In fact, just looking at the tier list here, I mean, Zed is considered B tier even in mid. So I'm really curious to see what sort of plans do this team actually have here for the Zed. But frankly, I think like you said, I think the picks from the blue team seems to be really nice. It seems to be something that we'll be expecting to see, especially in a semi-finals match like this. But I don't know, we still have yet to see, because the match is going to be starting right about now. So let's go ahead and jump into it, because Secret Empire and Elorde eSports, they are fighting it out for that grand final slot. So it could be anyone's game here. Still a best of one, so there's only one opportunity and one shot to get into the finals.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a pretty peaceful early game for both sides. So yeah, even if there's the wombo combo potential threat here on the blue side from Secret Empire, Gragas is still there who can push everyone around with his ultimate. So that is something to counter the wombo combo potential. And here, the package of Killer Instinct right here, as there's gonna be a swap right here. Dragon laners of the red side is gonna go at the Baron lane at the top. So that is what the patch for. You're seeing that already, the swap right here. But yeah, the what do you call it? The disengage potential of the red side is something very good also. So let's see if they can counter the aggression of the blue side when they try to go for their wombo combo. This is gonna be interesting. Nonetheless, let's see. Still 0-0 on the board. On the bottom, it's gonna be Gragas right here alone. Lulu is pretty free and can roam around because Sky right here on the MF is going up against the Gragas. That's not much of a threat onto the ADR. So Lulu can help the jungler or can help rotate, maybe get a first kill for them. But this is Lulu not getting experience, so Lulu has to be careful right here with these rotations that he is doing.
I mean, for the moment, like, she's just accompanying Wukong now. They are going to be going for the River Crab, it looks like, but as far as I can see, I mean, it's really, they're just taking things slow at the moment. They don't really want to, like, throw away any kind of advantage here. They just want to try and see if they can just get those farms up. I mean, crucially for these guys, they want to get up to level 5 as quickly as they can, get those ultimates ready for the team fights, because once those drakes comes up, they want to have those controls. So Sky right now facing quite a bit of pressure here as Love Maria tries to get up in his face, but Sky is able to bring the flash forward. That's going to give him enough room to try to back off while the rest of his team tries to roll in here to try to punish them for this little bit of an infraction right straight in front of their tier 1 turret. But it looks like they are able to peel back. They are looks like Rain is still going to be sticking around though, and it's just going to be backing up this line of creeps while the Zed returns to the mid lane, which currently at the moment isn't being held by Secret Empire. That movement towards the bottom here, the movement by Elordi Esports actually forces most of Secret Empire's defenders to try to stack up on the bottom lane. Now it looks like finally Zed is going to meet a little bit of resistance here, and things are settling back to normal-ish, though Wukong is still lurking around in the lower side jungle, so he is ready to try to back up any fighters here should they need to go for a recall, which in fact we do see M4 actually just go ahead and recalls back to base, gets healed up. We do see Vi as well. Oh, sorry, that's not Vi actually. It's a completely different hero there. My apologies, but frankly, at this point, it looks like neither of these teams want to actually go for that risky move. They're just playing it very safe 3 minutes in.
Yeah, we saw earlier the Vi rotation at the bottom really put MF in a bad position. They got the flash summoner skill of MF right there. So that is something, that's why you see MF is going to be playing safe right here. Lulu is back on the lane because MF doesn't have that flash, and MF will have to play safer, and so is Empire Esports. So that's basically a win right there. Stop the rotation of the Lulu, and Lulu is back in the lane. We are going to see a first blood here in the mid, and that is going to be said going down by the Orianna. Good job by the Orianna, and it is Secret Empire for the first blood of the game.
And that it couldn't come at a worse time because the Drake now is spawning in about 5 seconds. Wukong is already in position to get a Lulu as well as the Misfortune, so they're already in position to try to take this first Drake. It is going to be the Mountain Drake, so Elordi Esports, what can they do in response? Now Zed is already back up to speed here. He needs to rejoin the rest of his team here because a couple more members of Elordi Esports has not quite gotten themselves in position for this Drake, which is now being taken very rapidly by Secret Empire. Now finally Elordi Esports is going to try to go for the jump in here. Killer Instinct's going to get jumped on by High Resist. Look at that jump coming in. Ooh, that's a lot of damage there done onto the Wukong. He's going to be out for the count at the moment. So 1-for-1 at the moment. The Drake has been taken by Secret Empire, but now Elordi Esports are going to be attempting to try to get some kills here, but Secret Empire is still able to hold their own, stays inside the jungle, and looks like it's going to be Elordi who's going to be forced to pull back. So seems like that worked out well for Secret Empire despite being a really chaotic fight there towards the middle.
Yeah, it was Elordi Esports right there who won that fight. That was a 5v4. Zed didn't have the ultimate, so the blue team right here, Secret Empire, thought that they could have an easier fight right there, but Elordi Esports took it to them, won the fight, took the dragon, and they evened out the board 1-1 on the board, and we have a pretty close fight right now. It's 18k both on sides of blue side and red side.
Yeah, apologies for that miscall there. Yeah, so Elordi Esports picked up the Drake, not Secret Empire. So, yeah, now we're going to be seeing if the Elordi Esports will be able to extend this lead a bit. The thing is that at least Secret Empire didn't concede too many kills there, despite losing out on that Drake. So that still means that they are very much in the fight. I mean, the thing is that net worth-wise, they're still very much teeter-tottering on that balance there. So at the moment, no major advantage for any of these teams
Right.
here. It seems like the next fight here could be a very crucial one because that spawn is coming up in a couple of seconds. Elordi Esports are already in position to try to
Shockwave.
take it. Yep, this is going to be the
Yeah.
Rift Herald now coming up the spawn. They're going to be taking that River Crab now. Secret Empire still a little bit scattered throughout the map. Now finally going to be gathering up, but we do see, I think that's, is that the Corky? Oh no, sorry, that's Rain actually continuing to push on the bottom lane while the rest of his team tries to get onto the Rift Herald. They haven't quite blasted him down yet because Secret Empire is already invading into the river, forcing Elordi kind of off of that pit. Now they
Right.
are just a little bit of a standoff now. The Polymorph Guns comes up, but you do get a stun as well. Blue team does pick up the Rift Herald, so Secret Empire may just win this battle here. They just need to try to find some more kills, but Elordi Esports still are trying to keep the pressure going. Love Maria almost loses his life there. In fact, he got a couple of people very low, but still only one kill goes to the side of Elordi Esports despite all of that chaos.
All right, what a chaotic fight indeed. Lulu going down from on the blue side, and it is going to be 1-2 on the board. That is pretty much the fight. It was very chaotic. Zed almost died right there on the red side, but most of the blue champions right there were very low. Rift Herald was taken again by the blue side, right? It was
Yeah.
blue side who got the Rift Herald right here, and just a little poke at the top turret. The top turret is already very low, and that should be the first turret of the game. If blue pushes that, that should put them up in the game. We are 1k gold lead, seeing a 1k gold lead here on the red side, and that's something if red team can take care of it. But I think the first turret is going to go to the blue side. Let's see how they're going to be playing this out. 7 minutes 40 seconds in this game. Deathbush set up right here, waiting for someone to come in, but nobody is going to get in. Blue team sniffs that out, and they are not going to fall for that.
Yeah, and the focus I think is going to be more on the Gragas with the top lane because he's the only thing pretty much keeping that tier 1 tower alive here. So I think Secret Empire is just raring to try to find a chance here to try to bring the fight to Rain. But at the moment though, I think Elordi Esports is still doing well to try ensure that they still have most of the control over their side of the map, making sure that Secret Empire doesn't go for too many of these invades. Hopefully they are stacking a Lulu Wukong and
Herald.
yeah, Rift Herald. Okay, yeah, he's going to be
At the top.
sent up the top here, so they definitely will be able to take this tier 1 turret here unless something else happens along the meantime. Because
Right.
Elordi Esports now coming down the bottom lane, they're going to be taking this Ocean Drake now that's just spawned, so already right out of the bat doing so much damage under the Drake. Looks like might take it here if Secret Empire. Oh, that's nice thunder. That's certainly going to interrupt their attempt here at the moment as Elordi Esports now trying to pick up the scratch. Couldn't find many more kills except for just the one that I think Elordi just sustained there onto Bouyoy. They just lost Killer Instinct as well. The fight seems to be working out well for Secret Empire, but they still need to
Shockwave.
find some more. They do get the triple kill there on the Gragas. That's a rampage here for the Orianna and Secret Empire now. They are getting initiative to continue this push. They will take a tier 1. Can they take a tier 2? They probably could because the creeps only just arrived. They are really rapidly moving up through the ranks here. That tier 2 tower doesn't look like it's going to be long for this world. That's going to be another win here for Secret Empire for sure.
Right, Secret Empire doing it in this game. It is Elordi Esports who takes the second Drake of the game, but it cost them everything. It cost them an ace and 2 turrets down, make that 3. The top turret went down because of the Rift Herald, and Secret Empire, just like that, is up 4k. 10 minutes in this game as Baron is gonna spawn.
Yeah, Lulu now in position here as the Baron spawns up. She's giving the signal for her team to regroup now because they want to try to contest this. They know that Elordi is going to be going for that straight off the bat, so they want to ensure they have control over this side. We do see the Wukong now invading into the enemy territory here, trying to see if we can find any stragglers who just happen to be caught all around outside. Now Zed, he's going to be spotted here by the Lulu, so they know that there is a setup going on here for Elordi Esports. A couple of people up on top as well. Killer Instinct and Bouyoy trying to best use the safety of the tier 2 tower to keep themselves out of harm's way. So Secret Empire now rapidly moving towards the mid lane here. They know the Zed might be tempting target to try to jump on there, but with both the Vi and Buyoy on the Rakan in position there, I don't think they want to try to risk themselves getting into the middle of that death ball.
Yeah, man. 6-3 on the board. We are 5k up on the blue side. Secret Empire will try to set up for this Baron. 1 kill right here is all they need, and they can die for this Baron definitely. But red side is not going to allow that right now. This Camille is very strong right now, even going for this third, even if the Gragas is right there. But Gragas is going to be successful with that defense. Camille will try to focus on this split push and really try to annoy the red team right here. Camille will stay and Gragas will have no choice but to stay right there. Red team, Elorde, remember, they want to defend against this wombo combo of Secret Empire, which is very strong, and Gragas is key to defend that. The ultimate of Gragas is going to be very crucial to push everyone around to avoid the wombo combo, and Gragas is forced to defend here at the bottom, and that even makes Secret Empire even stronger with their wombo combo threat. There is going to be a disengage right here. Blue team will not just go for the Baron just yet. They will want to look for a pick first, which is a very wise decision, and there is still a stalemate as of this moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tricky thing, right? Like, Gragas is so crucial to the line up here from Elorde Esports, but yet he's the only tanker pretty much that can solo defend the lanes here. So that just puts them in a really tough position because they have to keep split up like that, and that's not what they need, especially against the wombo combo lineup that Secret Empire has. They absolutely need all hands on deck, especially to try to defend this Baron. And the thing is, the best they could do is just keep the harassments going, try to prevent Secret Empire from wandering into the pit. Rain getting very low here. He's gonna get blasted down. The Gragas is gonna be out for the count, and this could be an opportunity here for Secret Empire to try to find some more kills because Elorde are gonna be on a bit of a back foot. They are still mostly gathered up in the mid, and they haven't been jumped on, thankfully, yet by Secret Empire, but they are biding the time. In fact, they're just going to do that push. The Camellia is already up against the tier 2. That's forcing Zed now to try to come in and clear out his creep wave, and Secret Empire now right around the Drake. They've already picked up the Cloud Dragon. This is actually working out very well for them. Just off of that one pickoff, and now suddenly Secret Empire are finding themselves in the position to make the decision. I just completely lost my tongue there.
Right. Yeah, anyways, at the bottom, Gragas with the split push of the Camille, we said that earlier, the pressure of Camille is doing it for the team. Gragas wasn't expecting the Wukong to be there, and Wukong was there and fought the Gragas. Gragas very low, tried to flash forward, but the follow flash of the Wukong will stay true, bonks him in the side of the head, and Gragas fell down, and they get rewarded with a Drake of their own. That is a 2-for-1 Drake, but it is still Secret Empire definitely in the driver's seat of this game. This is a 6k gold lead, 14 minutes in. Baron is still available, mind you, but this Camille is relentless with the pressure on the side lanes. They are winning it because of this, and they're still doing that. No answer so far by the blue team. And at bottom lane, it's going to be a fight. No, it is not going to be a fight. Rain will be wiser this time and will stay under the turret.
I think the tricky part for Secret Empire is that they don't really have the DPS, at least not on the side that's the heroes that are currently on Baron at the moment, because without Camille, without Wukong, it's going to be very hard for them to blast down the Baron, especially at this level. So I think that's why they haven't really quite gotten for the Baron take yet. I'm just surprised that Elorde isn't trying to take advantage of this situation though, but then again, Camille just keeping the pressure going in the bottom lane is certainly taking a lot of the attention here from Elorde Esports. So just using that basically allows them to create a little bit of space around the Baron and just hopefully keep things alive for a bit. Now finally, Secret Empire will try to go for the take on the Baron. Can they actually finish this fast enough before Elorde regroups here for the defense? All hands on deck. They take the Baron very quickly. Now they peel up immediately. They're going to try to find some kills here. The Zed just misses them very close there between him and the Wukong. But now very rapidly they're going to be rejoining with the Camille and then continue to push up from bottom lane.
Alright, Secret Empire with the Baron buff right here. Camille will be even more annoying right here. There was no fight right there, but the Baron take was very true. And there it is. There's a fight, baby. Gragas is going to be trapped right here. Gragas will go for the fight right here. That Shockwave's casted right there. And Rakan is going to go down. This is going to be a 4v5 right here. That turret is melting. And that is going to go down for the books. Mid turret is going to go down. Also, Lulu erased right there. That is very good for the red team. They get something at the very least. But at the top, there is going to be the push of the Wukong. All pressure on all lanes right now. This is very good from the blue team. Are they going to be able to crack the base open? It looks like they did already. Bottom turret and mid turret did go down pretty fast right here. Top turret is the next target right here. And everyone is here. And I don't think red team can defend this. Let's see. With the Baron buff, it is going to be an uphill battle right there. Shockwave is going to hit the bite right there. And two champions down right there. Wukong is going to survive with the GA. So is the survive. But the base is cracked open. Time to get out. Blue team right here. No, they bit off more than they can chew. They overdid the push and they lost the Wukong and they lost even one more champion right here going down. That is going to be the MF, but that is going to be enough push for the blue side. I thought they overdid it, but they were still very successful in that push. What a secret sequence of events, and that is going to be a win by Secret Empire. Well played right here. There you go. My friend is back after the camera issue. And here we go. What do you think about that fight, Victor?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like you said, it looked like for a moment there, the Secret Empire might have just overextended a little bit. I was just surprised that they were still able to come back there, despite the fact that Elordi put up such a strong defense, right? But kudos to them. Like, they knew what the goal was. They already had the Baron buff. They already had, I think there was a mountain. Was it a Mountain Drake that they've already picked up? So that pretty much was all they needed really to start to break the defense. Like with the Baron buff melting down the turrets like they would paper. It just seemed like they were just able to wander straight into the base. But like you said, Secret Empire didn't really get that much control towards the end of that fight, but the fact they were still able to just burst down the Nexus, I think that was just in time. Like, if they actually lost out that fight, that could have been the potential for Elordi Esports to mount a comeback. But fortunately for them, or at least rather unfortunately for Elordi Esports, that just didn't come to fruition. So unfortunately, they're going to be eliminated from the brackets here, and it's going to be them going into the grand finals now. Yeah.
All right. So Secret Empire, I've been covering them for quite a while. You saw how strong they are. Let's look at the stats. It is gonna be the Orianna for the MVP. 6-0. Never died in that game. I saw some whiffs on the ultimate, but in the end, they can afford that because majority of the time they were in the lead in this game. But yeah, 6-0-3 by the Orianna. If we look at the gold graph, if we can, it should look like it is going to go to the blue side still. But the story of the game, I like the Orianna pick. Again, the wombo combo worked out for them. Blue team, they went for the Gragas to support them, but the split push Camille was everything in that game. Gragas could not really join the fights, and they were basically out of options. Wombo combo is going to connect no matter what, and this is the result of the fight.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think very disappointingly, the Rakan wasn't really able to nab any kills. He did manage to get a higher amount of assists, but the thing is that Killer Instinct pretty much had to carry the team on his back here, and I bet that back must be feeling pretty broken at this point, because despite their best efforts, they weren't able to mount up a strong enough defense. Like, a lot of times, I feel like the Gragas, Rain in particular, like, just had his attention split between the top and the bottom lane, just trying to make sure that the defense on those turrets were on point. And I'm afraid that for all intents and purposes, it seemed like the game plan they had from the draft didn't quite pan out, it feels. So again, I think the wombo combo is just so much stronger than the Secret Empire side. There's no question about that.
All right. So yeah, I think I heard something from our organizers.
Maybe not. Yep. Okay, we'll be going into the replays actually now. So
All right,
let's go ahead and check out the highlights of that last match there. This is, of course, the semi-finals here. So both of these teams were fighting it out in order to get into the grand finals, and it was Secret Empire able to come out ahead. This was the first Drake fight, I believe, and this was where Elordi Esports stole the Mountain Dragon away from Secret Empire, who, mind you, like they actually started first and actually bursted down the Drake very quickly. So the fact that Elordi was able to respond quickly to that and get the steal was already pretty good, and that certainly gave them quite a lot of breathing space in that early game. However, when it comes to that second, when it came to the Rift Herald, Secret Empire was able to pick that up, and that certainly handed a lot of advantage to the blue team.
True. All right, here you go. This is the Rift Herald right here. Blue team getting out of trouble at a very crucial time. Basically, that's a very wise move right there. Even if they lose the fight, they should not die. Try to live for another day, and that is what they did early in the game for the first Drake and for the Rift Herald, and they just came back after that, and that was very beautiful. This shockwave right here, man, was big. That was really one of the key things that turned out the game, turned out good for the blue side, and they recovered after that. Well, that was an ace, and that got them two turrets as a reward. And there it is, the chase for the Gragas. Gragas just melts after the bonk by the Wukong. And at the top, this is the Baron push right here. They were relentless. Shockwave is gonna connect. Vi did go down, but that's just a GA pop. Will try to flash away, but is followed by the Orianna. Orianna doing so much damage right there. Here it is, the whiffs that you told earlier. The Rakan really not being able to really connect on those entrances and the ultimates, and there it is. Rakan did go down, and it is going to be the Nexus right here. That is going to be the target next. They almost died right there, but they really sacrificed. Look at MF going down just for the Nexus, but the mission accomplished. Nexus down, they win the game.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't really appreciate just now because of all the chaos, right? Like Sky basically, like he saw that they weren't really focusing on him, so he just tried to blast down this Nexus. But then the thing was that he once he started doing that, all of the defense started focusing down on him. But the thing was that he was able to get that last hit just in time to score that kill on the Nexus. And I think that moment there was definitely going to be a bit hair-raising there for the misfortune. But
True.
that was the semi-finals here for the Challenger Odyssey, and man, oh man, what a way for them to take this win here, because Secret Empire, with a perfect draft here, is able to walk their way into the grand finals. So after this, we're going to be going into the best of 3, and I can't wait to see, because now it's going to be for the top prize. Remember, 172 ringgit are up for grabs here, and with these top 4 teams like vying for that 88 ringgit top prize, it only means that this grand finals is one that you don't want to miss. So that said, let's go ahead and take a short break. My name is Victorkaxx. Joining me here is Leoric, and we'll be right back later on with the grand finals here at the Challenger Odyssey. So stick around. We'll be right back after the break. So don't go away.
See ya.
Yeah.
Take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heart be needing. Skipping out, no, I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic, no, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you, when you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know when my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome back to the Challenger Odyssey featuring the League of Legends Wild Rift, popular mobile MOBA that's brought to you by Riot. And speaking of bringing to you stuff, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors here because this Challenger Odyssey is brought to you by IRL Asia and in partnership with Homie. The main sponsors for this tournament is Inch Theory and it is co-sponsored as well by Feng Ta and PayX. So with that out of the way there, let's talk about this grand finals here because 32 teams have been fighting it out in this single elimination tournament and now it's come down to this Secret Empire or Astraeus PH Uno. Both of these teams fighting it out in this best of 3 grand finals and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And speaking of which, for all of you guys who've been watching us on Facebook, Twitch and YouTube, if you aren't following us yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, give a follow to our Facebook page, to our YouTube channel as well as our Twitch channel so you stay notified when our live streams come up. So now that we come into the grand finals here, Leoric, I mean, between Secret Empire and Astraeus, what are your impressions about these teams now that we're already here in this grand finals?
Hard to say, man. Just want to make sure this is best of 3, right? The finals.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
The best of
three.
the finals is best of 3. So yeah, this is gonna be exciting. I've seen Secret Empire before, already fighting here in the country. Astraeus is somehow new to me, but I saw their earlier game and they brought something new, and I like that as a team. Even in a best of 1. So yeah, that's something they got my respect after that fight. So I'm pretty stoked up for this fight, man.
Yeah, indeed, as I am. So let me remind you guys again what these teams are playing for because in this grand finals now they're going for the lion's share of that prize pool here of 172 ringgit. So the one who wins this tournament here will be taking home 88 ringgit. Whoever loses this is going home with only 48 ringgit. So they still are earning money regardless of whether or not they win or lose. The only question I guess is how much can they win, I suppose.
Right. True.
Yeah.
Actually, at this point, if I was in a team, I really don't care about the prize money right now. The games that you play against these top tier teams is gonna be very, very important, preparing you for bigger tournaments in the future. The experience right here is gonna be very valuable for them. So not for the money, but this is for their future. So I really like this. This is definitely gonna make them grow. Whoever wins this is gonna have this under their name. Whoever loses this is still a winner, man. The experience you get out from this tournament is gonna be with you moving forward into the future of Wild Rift.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we love to see because here at IRL Asia, we're all about giving opportunities for esports teams, you know, to spread the wings and show us what you got. So if you guys are at home watching this and you're feeling like you want to really jump in on this action, go ahead and check us out at IRL Asia, IRL.Asia. That's the website. You can go ahead and check out all the tournaments that we have lined up for you because besides Wild Rift here in the Challenger Odyssey, we also got other games as well on offer on that site. So check it out at IRL.Asia and go ahead and sign up. What are you waiting for? We've got tournaments going on every single day here and we can't wait to welcome you into the world of esports that way. So we're still awaiting the bans and picks to be starting off here, but man, I mean, like you said, Astraeus, they are showing at least that they are capable of playing sort of like off-meta heroes. So I think like that does show that maybe they might have the flexibility required playing in best of threes, because this is where like you can't really like. It's so different, right, compared to a best of one series where you just go ahead and pick your strongest hero. You may not want to do that, I think, in the best of three, especially that first game. It's always going to be kind of like testing, or rather seeing what your opponents are able to do, isn't it?
Right, true. Because if you go all out on game number 1, you might be countered in game number 2, but this is where experience will come in. If ever you go all out on game number 1 and you still have something for game number 2, that can be something, and that can only be attained through experience. So let's see who is the more experienced team right here. If I were them, I would go all out on game number 1 and get something again for game number 2. But who knows? Secret Empire, definitely. I've seen this team. They have many hero pool of their own, so it's gonna be interesting from this point.
I mean, again, like given that Secret Empire has already gotten so much experience, you would think that perhaps Astraeus will have done their homework maybe onto Secret Empire, but then again, you know, it's a single elimination, so again, you can't really research too much in a team because you don't really know who's going to be the matchup you're going up against next, right? But I think what's going to be very crucial in this, especially for teams that have less experience, is this is going to be a true test of adaptability, because if you, let's say if you lose round number 1, you have to be able to see why exactly you lost it. Was it because of the draft? Was it because the execution wasn't perfect? You have to take all those lessons going into the next round there, and you have very little time really to start to reformulate your plan going from round to round, because we aren't going to be taking any breaks between this best of 3. You're just going to be playing all 3 of this until the whole set is finished. So the teams that are able to kind of like adapt rapidly on the fly, you know, come up with like new ideas as they are drafting up the next lineup of heroes, that's going to be very crucial for success here in this best of 3 grand finals.
True, man. True, Victor. Also, the beauty of the game is that it's still very early for this game, so the meta isn't that broad yet. So fast tournaments like this are okay, since you don't really know what kind of meta really up is there out there. So you don't really have to prepare that much from your opponents. But yeah, still something, if you know the opponents, that is something to your advantage. But right now, we'll see. Do we have the bans already?
Do we have the bans yet, producer? Not quite yet. So I guess let's just chit chat a little bit. You know, I mean, I think it's first time casting with you, and frankly, it's been quite a pleasure, man. I mean, you're so knowledgeable when it comes to this game here. I mean, I think I've been learning so much just listening to you just talk on and on.
Yeah, man. I hope you focus on Wild Rift moving forward. The game has a very bright future ahead. It's already this big, and we're just how many months in? This is the 3rd month of the release, and we have tournaments here and there already, and there's so much more into Wild Rift right now. So many champions to look forward to, so the growth will be very good for the game. So hopefully you focus on this, man.
I mean, it's for me, like I said, I've played League of Legends PC, but I stopped like several years ago. So coming back into this, I mean, it feels kind of like I'm coming back to like an old friend in a way. You know, just trying to like get myself back into the whole thing, right? But it's fantastic. It's really great to see that like now games like League of Legends are really getting the respect they deserve, because frankly, I think like guys who've been you know, supporting Riot all this while definitely must be feeling very cathartic that now Riot has been making so many moves here all across the esports space. I mean, not just in mobile, but we are seeing them starting to do FES games as well, and perhaps even a fighting game in the works. I mean, man, is there anything that Riot isn't able to do at this point, right?
So we want to know more about Victor. What game do you play or do you cast before World of Wild Rift? I mean, before Wild Rift.
Well, funny enough, like I actually got my start commentating with Dota 2, so
Dota 2.
which is quite funny, like seeing that now I'm just commentating for Wild Rift. But besides this, I also commentate a lot for FPS games, and I also do e-racing as well, like commentating for Assetto Corsa, Project Cars 2, as well as Gran Turismo. So yeah, I mean, I've basically been like around, so to speak. Yeah, just trying all sorts of different things. And the thing is that for me at least, it's always exciting to kind of like jump into something new, because like you never know what to expect. And frankly, with Wild Rift, given like how popular like mobile games on mobile have become in recent years, especially here in Southeast Asia, it's crazy to see an amount of people just on their phones playing like playing all their favorite mobile games, and to see that now Wild Rift is starting to get into the fray here is really encouraging. You know, especially given how long it's been since we're seeing like an explosion like this in the esports. So it's definitely very encouraging, and I'm definitely going to be continuing to kind of like delve into Wild Rift, because certainly given how young-ish this game is, quote unquote, because ironically, like we're going back to like old heroes here in Wild Rift as opposed to League of Legends PC. But again, it's still very fertile ground. I can see so much potential for this game, and I can't wait. Like the moment I think Riot decides to go all in and start to organize the first international like world's level kind of tournament for Wild Rift. I definitely want to catch that, because knowing the level of skill that people have here in Southeast Asia, it's going to be super competitive once you get to that international level.
True, man. I've been also following Dota 2. Even until now, I've been following Dota 2. It's just that I've been a fan of mobile gaming. It's just the convenience of it. Started from there, right? If you have a break time, you can just take out your cell phone and then play 30 minutes or an hour. That's the beauty of mobile gaming compared before, where even especially before the pandemic, where you need a PC, or if you don't have PC, for you to be able to play with your friends, you have to go to the internet cafes to be able to play Dota 2 or League of Legends on the PC. Especially right now during the pandemic, this is a very big help for people, right? Even if you're at home, bored at home, you can just pull out your phone and then just play the game that you really love. So this, again, you said this is very encouraging. The boom of mobile MOBA is something. I still think it is gonna grow. Oh, our screen is going towards the champion selection screens already. Not really sure who the band is, but it is gonna be Secret Empire going for the first pick, and Akali is available, and they're gonna take that off the bat since the opponents gave it to them.
Yeah, so I'll try to get the list of the bands here. Okay, thank you so much. For those fans of IRL, Shakir just passed me the list here, so I can tell you guys that Secret Empire has banned out Alistair and Braum, whereas Astraeus, they banned out Ori and Camille, yeah.
Alright, so yeah, Orianna's not gonna be available, but that brings out Akali in the lineup, and there we go. We are gonna be seeing an Akali in this game, one of the strongest champions right now. So I'm expecting an action-packed game this time around. Corki and Lee Sin is also available, so man, this is gonna be a battle right now.
Wow, I mean, yeah, now we got Lee Sin in. I mean, yeah, Akali has been. I feel like she's been kind of a mainstay for tournaments and also for like pop matches. I just basically every other match I will just see an Akali in there. It's just surprising to me that it took us until this grand finals finally before we see an Akali. But then again, that's tournament meta for you, right? Like sometimes like the most played heroes in pubs, they sometimes don't even show up during tournaments like this.
Yeah, but right now it's Orianna that's been on a tear. That's why I understand the Orianna, the ban for Orianna. I'd rather take the Akali against the Orianna, giving the opponents wombo combo potential with Orianna. So Orianna's going to be banned right here. Akali, Corki, Lee Sin, they're hovering over Rakan and Ziggs. So Siege type, they're gonna be balling up and try to go for a Siege, while Akali can go for a split push, but Akali usually joins the fight, and that's gonna be very powerful. Let's see how blue team is gonna go for this. They have a pretty squishy lineup right here, so that is gonna be something that can be exploited. Red team is gonna go for the Shaya, Yasu, Olaf, Lulu, and Aurelion. So Aurelion Sol is gonna be available, so might as well squeeze something out of the Aurelion Sol before he is nerfed. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah. Just give him one last chance to give him a swan song, so to say, before patch 2.1b comes out. But yeah, certainly that's a very strong draft, I think, from both sides here, because like I can't really, I don't know, like my knowledge of Wild Rift right now is definitely not as deep as you, but it just feels like they are really picking some really good lineups here for them to use. So I can't really tell who's going to be stronger coming to this matchup. It feels like both of them are equally just as strong as each other just coming to this.
True. One thing I can point out in the lineups is that they don't have tanks. Both teams are very squishy, so I'm expecting a bloodbath, early game skirmishes, and this is going to be action-packed. I think the win condition right here is really to win the early game and in the mid game, and that should be the snowball for you and win the game number one. Let's see who does that better here in this fight. Is it gonna be Secret Empire or Astrius? We will know shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to game number one. Welcome to Wild Rift, and we are seeing on the blue side Secret Empire and Astrius, PH, both PH teams right here in this tournament. Fog of War is still available, so let's see if there is going to be an invasion. Nope. Pretty early, safe early game for both sides. Just testing it out in game number one. Oh, I could be wrong. Rakan right here making me a liar, and it's going to be an early skirmish here in the mid, and it is Crow seeing an exit right here, and he is going to survive. Rakan is going to go back to the Fog of War.
Yeah, I mean, just right off the bat, you just get hit by the caster's curse, isn't it? What a lovely way to start off this best of three. But yeah, I mean, just to your point, like the fact that they're not running any tanks here in the lineup, so certainly you're going to be expecting a lot of like fights, a lot of trades going on the map. So I can't wait to see who's going to be coming out on top. So first blood is going to be picked up onto the Aurelion Sol first. Ooh, that could be a little bit of a blow here.
Yes, man. That was bad news. Aurelion was already very low, but did not opt for a reset whatsoever. He was in no condition to fight, and the strength of Ziggs really is he is able to reach the backlines with his bombs, and Aurelion was not careful enough, and that was first blood by the Ziggs and first blood by Secret Empire.
Yeah, I mean, they aren't really like translating that into any momentum when it comes to the fights here, but now with the Drake going to be coming up soon, I think it's going to be high time for Astraeus to try to get some control over the lower side. Oh, but Kali already picking up some more kills there. That's 2 kills already for Secret Empire. Ooh, this is starting to look a little bit bad here for Astraeus, but I guess their plan right now is just to keep their heads down, try not to concede any more kills at this point. I mean, they still need all 5 of the members to be alive here before the inevitable team fights.
True. But man, there it is. Ziggs is in trouble right here, but the rotation of the Lee Sin is gonna be true, and that is 3-0 on the board. Lee Sin for the kill, and we have 3 kills just 2 minutes in. Secret Empire tells you that they are here tonight to play a game, and game indeed. They are up 2K already, and there is no signs of slowing down right now. They're on for a reset and look for another rotation. That's the strength of the Lee Sin, by the way, early in the game. It is going to be a fight here at the top, baby. And it is Lee Sin, it is going to be Yasuo who shields up right there, but he is not going to survive. Oh, Akali is going to go down, but that is a kill nonetheless. 41 on the board, already 5 kills just 3 minutes in.
This is perfect. This is a perfect way to kick off this best of 3 here. What amount of kills coming in from Secret Empire. Astraeus getting in the fray as well. Now that the Drake is coming, sorry, not Drake's not quite up yet, but still Secret Empire fighting more kills. The Zig again bullying the heck out of this Aurelion Sol. Maybe this Aurelion Sol might not have been the best pick at all here for Astraeus, because it looks like Secret Empire are just walking around and just finding kills every single turn they go.
Lulu was right there in a bad position. Will try to flash away, but the follow from the Lee Sin is gonna connect, and they say, "See you later." Lulu 6-1 on the board. It is Secret Empire taking this game, and we are gonna see the Drake coming up in the next 20 seconds. SE is in a good position right here with their lead. They should be able to take this easily. The grand entrance right there from the Rakan is not gonna hit, but the stun from the Shaya is good. Corky is not in a good position right now, but is going to be able to exit, and that is going to be it for that trade. 3 seconds, Drake will come up.
Yeah, the thing is though, Lee Sin is already back up to speed. The Mountain Drake is up for grabs here, and Astraeus is in the position to try to take it. Kuro is going to go ahead and start blasting it down, but the DPS isn't too fast here for Astraeus. They're not really fully committing to this, and then might actually find him in the back because Lulu just got caught out here. What the heck was that? Just jumping straight in there and blasted her down as if he was just another creep. So unfortunately for Secret Empire, the troubles are going to be extended even more now because they are trying to get a trade here onto Luna, but it still failed to find a connection. They do finally get one, and again, it is the Aurelion Sol, seemingly the punching bag of Secret Empire here, because that's already, what, 3-4 kills he's already conceded to the blue team. And unfortunately, that's already given Secret Empire the control they needed over the river. And I don't think they're going to be going for that Mountain Drake quite yet. It looks like their focus is still going to be on maintaining equilibrium on these lanes. But frankly, the fights are just going towards Secret Empire so much here that Astraeus could be in a lot of trouble if they cannot find a way to try to counteract this sudden surge of strength that Secret Empire is showing. Now finally, Astraeus is going to go ahead and jump on the Drake. This time the Polymorph is going to be coming in, but the jumps are coming through as well. Damage is done here, and it looks like they will have to pull back a bit. They are able to take out the kill on the Rakan. Can they get some more though? The Drake will be taken here by Astraeus, but can they force off the defenders from Secret Empire? They are getting one kill under the Kali. Can they get another? Yes, they do. They take it on the Zig, and Aurelion Sol, he's the only trade out here from Astraeus, but frankly, I think they're going to be happy enough to pick up those couple of kills.
Yes, man, it is Astraeus on that reload, and they show you how to get back into the game. 96 on the board. They got the dragon as well as a reward. Now we are looking at a gold lead onto the red side. It's not that much, but considering the early situation that they had, they are back, baby.
Just like that, isn't it? But that goes to show the strength, rather the importance of winning those takes onto Drake, onto the Drakes, you know. Just winning fights like that is going to be the way that Astraeus is going to try to bring it back. Unfortunately, Secret Empire is still finding kills as Kuro continues to push, continues to try to defend on the top lane. The rest of Secret Empire are now gathered around the northern pit here. They want to try to go for this Rip Herald first. It looks like they should be able to take it without too much resistance because Astraeus are not really in a position here to try to counteract this. So Secret Empire will take the Rip Herald. This could be a little bit dangerous here for Astraeus because they need to try to get some more kills, but unfortunately they'll lose one in the process. Kuro is out for the count, and with Secret Empire having 11 kills now, that squarely puts them ahead again in net worth, but they still have yet to find a single turret in this map.
Yeah, man, that was, I don't know what happened to Kuronu right there. I think that was lag issue right there. She wasn't moving at the top of the pit right there, and Rakan just capitalized on it. Rakan, even a support, dealt so much damage onto Shaya. The lovers going at it in this fight, and it is gonna be Kuronu who goes down. Secret Empire doing it in this game. 11-6 on the board. They have the Rift Herald, and let's see what kind of damage they can do with that Rift Herald in their pockets. First third of the game is still going to be very available right here, and they can really use that as an advantage right here. They're going to go for a mid rotation right here. The Lee Sin and the Rakan going at each other. At the top, they're gonna go for the bot. This Yasuo's in trouble right here, but at the top, it's gonna be a fight. Yasuo is already very low. Yasuo will be able to shield away. Good start right there by the Aurelion Sol. And here we go. Ultimate right there. Scasset on the Lee Sin. That should be a shutdown right there. Lee Sin goes down, and that is it. Blue team will opt for evasive maneuvers at that point on. At the top, it is Akali that lost the fight also. Didn't go down, but were forced to go back. And Shai is gonna be pressuring the top third of the game. Again, this is the first start. Oh no, Yasu, you're on no condition for this push right now. He is going to be focused on. Shaya did get the first start of the game, and that is Red Team Astrius again back into this game. What a defense and what a counter attack at the top turret. Astrius on the lead.
Yeah, Astrius is showing perfectly like how do you regain control, you know, just making sure that you stay up in his fights, even though you are conceding a lot. The Red Soul is still, he's not actually like feeding too much here to Secret Empire. So very well done here for Astrius. They are slowly but surely mounting a good comeback here. They are a little bit behind in kills, but it doesn't matter. They are still able to take down one turret, and perhaps it's going to be enough to keep them going for quite a bit here, especially on that top lane. In the meantime though, Secret Empire needs to try to regroup and try to find a way to get some pushes done, because the Ocean Drake is coming up next. And the thing is that Secret Empire needs to try to find a trade-off here. They might just find one. Luna, the Yasuo gets picked off. Wesley tries to go for the tower dive, and that might just open the door now for Secret Empire to continue pushing onto them while the Ocean Drake is being taken on by Astrius. Now Red Soul unleashing its ultimate is going to try to come in the fray here and back up his teammates. That's forcing a Secret Empire to get out of the pit here, but that's buying a little bit of time for Astrius to try to take down this Drake, but it's not fast enough. Now Soul is going to try to jump straight in, doesn't quite connect onto anyone though. Heng now trying his best here to get some kills. They are able to get one, and they are able to take down the Red Soul as well. Akali now starting to get some kills done as well, and they pick up the Drake at the same time. And what a way to win that fight here, because now blue team are suddenly finding themselves in such a huge advantageous position here. And Astrius, they tried so hard, but it didn't seem like they're going to be able to keep this comeback going.
Yasu took a very risky fight at the bottom, and that opened up a disaster for their team. I don't know what Yasu was thinking right there, but he turret dived the Ziggs, and that was a 5v4 from that point on. Blue team knows that they're in an advantage and took the fight towards Astrius, and that is Secret Empire taking the game, and they get the dragon also as a reward, and now they are up 5k. Secret Empire 10 minutes in, they lead.
Yeah, so going back and forth between both of these teams, but that one mistake there from the Yasuo just handed the huge lead now to Secret Empire. So Astrius are going to have to try to find a way to regain that advantage. Yasuo now rotating to the top here. He wants to try to defend this tier 1 tower because it's the last one left on the Astrius side. So keeping that tower alive is going to be crucial for being able to counteract this Baron take here. But Luna now going to be focused upon by 3 heroes here from Secret Empire. They don't want to let up the pressure, knowing that they are ahead. They want to ensure that they are going to be able to choke out Secret Empire and prevent them from being able to counteract any attempts onto the Baron. So Secret Empire now just trying to whittle down that turret. Finally, they do take it down. The Yasuo is going to have to back off, but he's still getting focused on. He's going to get jumped on instead here. Polymorph is going to be sent out. They are trying their best to try to blast down this Luna. And yes, Luna is still... Oh, actually, Luna is still alive. The Rakan got picked up instead here from Secret Empire. Now it's going to be a turnaround as Astrius now struggles to try to find a good trade kill. They find one until Lee Sin as well. Things are looking so bad here for Secret Empire. The Rampage is still going to be coming true, but it's still are maintaining control of the top lane, but it's still losing men as they are attempting to try to force Secret Empire off of the northern side of this map. Now, who is still left here? We still got 3 people. Astrius still continuing to try to keep this push going, but it seems like Secret Empire finally are cutting their losses and pulling back.
All right, what a messy fight right there. It is though. The red team Astrius coming on top of that fight. Only the Luna going down. That Yasuo was somehow alive for quite long thanks to the help of the Lulu right there, and they got so many kills out of that, but they lost the bottom turret with the split push of the Akali. Akali is now focusing on split push right now, and this will take up so much time from the red team trying to defend this bottom turret. Inhibitor turret is now exposed right here, and Akali can always push that very fast. Let's see what red team Astrius can do at this point of the game. Blue team Secret Empire is up 6k gold lead 13 minutes in.
Oh, look at that. Like, I mean, the Olaf is already, like, seems like he's already 6 slotted, but the rest of his team is still struggling to try to keep up in terms of that farm. I mean, Secret Empire looks to be so much better in terms of their item stacks as well as their net worth. I mean, no surprise as well, honestly, because they're 6k ahead. A fight coming out here inside the jungle. Secret Empire not going to be not going to allow Astraeus to rest too long because Shang is going to get blasted down very rapidly. He just barely gets into the tower this in time, but the rest of his team seems to be getting slaughtered on the front. Yasuo is already down, so Secret Empire now rapidly moving up to the top here, picks up another one onto the Lulu. Now there's nothing keeping its tier 2 tower alive. It's going down, and Secret Empire are continuing this push. They're using every single advantage they got here, and with the A's coming through here, I think Astraeus, they have no defenders to try to counteract this. I think this first round could be done and dusted. Secret Empire blasted down, but no, they're actually taking a lot of damage here from the Nexus. They're going to be forced to pull back. It seems like the Astraeus can still fight another day because of that.
Alright, Secret Empire gets an ace out of that push. Base is already cracked open. They do lose the Akali in the fight, but nonetheless, that was a big win for Secret Empire. They are now up, what's that, 11k in this game, and I don't think there is anything much red team can do right here. Again, they don't have the tankiness right now, but they do get the dragon off the game. But what cost blue team is here? Are they going to go for the punish? Look at that damage from the Six right there. Here comes the reward. Here comes the punish, and here comes Spain. Good entry right there by the Rokan. Gets 3 champions, and it is going to be a fight right here. Aurelion Sol will survive with the stasis right there. Yasuo's GA is going to be popped right here. Lee Sin is just going to go for the crab instead, and that is going to be disengaged right there. Blue team has no Baron buff yet. They will try to get this at, I think so. I think they will. That is going to be Lee Sin starting the Baron right here. Red team is very low right now. They will not be here on time for a challenge for this Baron, and this should be a free Baron for blue team. Akali is going to zone everyone out. That is going to be a hard task for Akali, but that Baron is going to be taken right there, and mission accomplished. Akali is even out, and red team gets nothing. 23-11 on the board, 15 minutes in.
Yeah, they're going to recall straight back in. No sense sticking around for too long there, especially after having already just taken the Baron. They have every single advantage going to them now on the side of the Secret Empire. So, like you said, Astraeus, they're really running out of options here in order to try to counteract this assault here that Secret Empire is doing onto them. So now it's just going to be really tight defense here that Astraeus needs to pull off. Just try to keep them as far away from their base as possible and hopefully be able to push down some of their lanes. The problem is that Secret Empire has so much more control over the map here compared to Astraeus, because the fact is Astraeus has no turrets left inside those lanes. The only turrets are inside their base, and that's pretty much where Secret Empire is pushing them up against. And now they're going to be jumping straight into here. They want to try to end this here and now while they still have the Baron buff. Tyrant getting blasted down a bit, but he's going to get chased down. Can he get the kill? Yeah, they're trying the best here, but Tyrant Pang still able to stay alive a little bit longer, but no, the Akali gets taken down here, unfortunately for Secret Empire, but still they are able to stay inside the base. In fact, they're already pushed down through the bottom. They are going to try to cut off this Yasuo, and in fact, he's going to get caught up here by Zeus. In fact, Yasuo is not really any place he can go. He's going to try to pull back here, hopefully get a recall back to base, but now it's going to be the rest of his teammates here needs to hold up the defense. They need to hold up that wall right in front of the Nexus here, or they will be done for. Secret Empire now just continuing to push on, continuing to struggle on. They're blasting down the Nexus. Can Astraeus hold on? No! It's so close! No, they cannot! Secret Empire wins in this second round here, and man, oh man. Oh boy, that was messy. That was so messy, but frankly, well done there. The Secret Empire, they were able to capitalize off of those mistakes there that Astraeus made, and despite the fact that Akali seemed to have like traded her lives a few times too many, but again, those are very valuable trades, I feel, coming out from them.
Yeah, man. Secret Empire showing the team, how it is done here in the finals, and that is game number 1 going to them. That's the first W of the game. One more, and they should be the champion. The opponent's red team will have to do better here in game number 2. Let's see what adjustments they should be doing. Let's see. Let's look at the stats if we can see what were the problem for the red team right there, and let's see if they can improve on that in game number 2.
I want to see, because like if this first match is any indication, this best of 3 is going to be very, very tight. I can't wait to see what Atreus will try to draft for the next round here, because it seems like the Yasuo and the Aurelion Sol wasn't really as impactful as they hoped it would be. It's either that the execution wasn't quite there, or perhaps like the nurse hit a little bit too early here, technically. But frankly, like they really tried hard to hold on. It's just a couple of mistakes here and there, and the Aurelion Sol just conceding too many deaths early on, I think, kind of made it such an uphill climb, I think, a necessarily difficult climb, I feel, for Astraeus. So, nevertheless, they still have one more chance to get back into it. Kudos, though, to the Zig. Like, look at that, 12 kills to only 1 death. This Zig has been so valuable here for the side of Secret Empire.
He was the MVP right here in this game, but I think the real MVP was the Lee Sin. The rotations for Lee Sin were on point. They got so many kills in the early game because of that rotation, and it basically created a pressure on the red side where red team were not able to really get back up into the game, and that was an easy game for Ziggs, because Crow died a lot because of the rotations of Lee Sin and the support. I would say Lee Sin was the real MVP of the game. Could be wrong, but at my point of view, that Lee Sin opened up the game for them. The other champions had a very easy laning phase because of the rotation of the Lee Sin. So hats off to Lee Sin. What a game. This is the reason why Lee Sin is almost always banned. Red team should have expected an early aggression from Lee Sin, but they weren't prepared for it, and they paid it with game number 1.
Yeah, it's such a shame, but again, they still have another chance to come back into this, and the next draft here is going to be absolutely important, because if they allow another Lee Sin pick again, that could be yet another round here going to Secret Empire. So that's certainly one more ban they're going to have to consider. But again, I just can't wait, because like if this first game is any indication, I feel that this is going to be a very tight best of 3 series. So do we have any highlights to show for this match? Oh yeah, okay, so not quite yet, so we're just gonna wait and see. But yeah, for now, going into this next round here, I can only imagine. Yeah,
Lee Sin should be banned.
Should be banned, definitely. But I can only imagine like what must be going on in the discussions there on Aurelia's side, because it feels like they had a game plan going in, but it all completely got thrown out the window the moment Lee Sin like started doing all those rotations, right?
True. Yeah. So yeah, definitely the later parts of the game, it's just a domino effect of the early game of Lee Sin, what Lee Sin did. So yeah, if they avoid the early aggression of Lee Sin, and they will be able to play their game plan, I think that's going to be a different story. It's just that they weren't able to really go to their game plan because of the Lee Sin aggression early game, and it collapsed from that point.
So that aside, let's go ahead and jump into our second draft. Our replays here coming into. So let's try and recap a little bit about what happened, because it seemed like early on, it seemed like Astraeus was able to kind of like respond quite well to Secret Empire, but it felt like once that Lee Sin started to come online, once he hit level 5, it seemed like he was going to be able to roam around the map with absolute impunity.
And we're just even at 2 minutes in, Lee Sin was already doing rotations. Look at this right here. It wasn't level 5 just there. He was level 5, but even before that, man, he was already rotating a lot. And Lee Sin doing a lot right here. Another kill right there at the backlines. That was very important. Without Lulu, the team really doesn't have any sustain, and they are pretty easy pickoffs right there after. So let's see right here. This is going to be a fight. Yasuo doesn't really know what to do at that point on. Tries to get back. But there it is, the kills after kills. All right, good job, Secret Empire.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, they did manage to pick up the Lee Sin that time, then the Drake was still up and alive, so Astraeus tried to go for it, but then this is another impactful moment here. They got dealt a really bad hand here, getting jumped on like that. The Drake wasn't quite taken down, and I think they were able to pick off the Drake in the end, but still Secret Empire was trying their best to try to steal that away, but that one fight there, I think, kind of put Astraeus kind of back into the running, because they evened out the network between the two of them. It seemed like for a while that Astraeus was probably going to be able to do it, but then now this is where Lee Sin started to come back in the fold. He started being more aggressive, starting to come up to the face of a lot of these heroes, kind of force like Aurelion Sol into a very tough position where he had to constantly come in to defend the Yasuo, and this really costed them a lot.
This is costly death right here.
Yeah, this was so costly, because the Drake has just only spawned, and that just gave the man advantage immediately here to Secret Empire. So they took advantage of that right off the bat, just did quite a huge number here in this one team fight, and pretty much I don't think Secret Empire looked rearview mirrors at all from this point on, because it seemed like they were just constantly progressing forwards from here, taking down tower, the turret. They took down the Rip, so low already so much strength in taking the turret pushes here. But his best effort, to the credit, they grouped up, they tried their best to respond to every single attack the Secret Empire was handing to them, but I think as time drew on, like, they just got worn down there by the aggression that Secret Empire was just laying onto them.
Yeah, looking at the reviews, there was a point that really Red Team, Astraeus had a chance to get back into this game. Right before that dive from Yasuo at the bottom lane on the Ziggs, they were pretty tied right now at that point. After that kill that cost the ace, after Yasuo dove in, that was a 3k gold swing onto the blue side, and at that point on, it was downhill from there. It was a collapse from that point.
Yeah, I think like when you already conceded that many kills there to Lee Sin, I mean, that point on, he was just, sorry, not just Lee Sin, the Zig actually has been picking up a lot of kills throughout this round, and I think like that alone already just made it so much more harder for Astraeus to try to come back in. So again, like this felt like Astraeus kind of dropped the ball in this first round here, but could it be just because of the draft, or really was it like some sort of execution problem? I tend to lean more into your opinion here, that the Lee Sin pick was just sublime here for Secret Empire. But the last few fights though, I felt there was just so much chaos going on, because it seemed like Astraeus was trying something here in this defense, but Secret Empire was still able to just walk in here and just take down that Nexus. Yeah, it just
Olaf
seemed
was
like
already very powerful at that point in the game. Olaf was doing it for the team. It's just that it was a tad bit too late. The base was already destroyed, and Nexus was already taking so much damage. So yeah, something for Astraeus right now. The Lulu, Olaf was working for them. Maybe they can work more on that. And let's see if ever the bans will happen better this time. Astraeus will have to do better in game number 2 if they want to extend this and try to win for the championship. One more win for Secret Empire, and that should be the game. That should be our evening. Let's see if they're going to be able to sweep this tournament, this final round.
Yeah, so for those of you guys who are watching at home, if you aren't following our pages here, what are you waiting for? Just go ahead, give a like and follow to our Facebook pages, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and give a follow as well to our Twitch channel. We are streaming at all 3 of these platforms. I'm also reading the comments here, and frankly, at this point, there's not many comments coming in. So if you guys are supporters of Secret Empire, or if you guys are supporters of Astraeus, let us know inside the chat. Which team are you supporting in this grand finals here? Because this looks like it's going to be a very tight series, and both of these teams are going to need all the support they can get here. Like, morale is certainly a very important thing in a tournament like this, because if your team can still maintain the confidence from round 1 all the way to the grand finals, you know you have a really strong team on your hands. So given this first win here, I think Secret Empire would definitely have a lot to smile about, because we're going to be jumping in into our second game now. The drafts should be coming through, and let's go ahead and see what the bans are. So Astraeus will be banning out Akali and Lee Sin. No surprise
Lee Sin,
there.
all right.
Yeah. And Secret Empire will ban out Braum and Alistair. So that's the same bans they did in the last round.
Okay.
And no surprise there, I think. Like, I mean, Lee Sin, that was a foregone conclusion on their end.
All right, so yeah, Lulu is still going to be available right here in Olaf, but Orianna is going to push through because of the Lee Sin ban. So yeah, but it is AST who gets the Orianna this time. Aurelion is going to be the response with the Camille split pusher right here. But this will open up so much for SE. Let's see how they are going to be doing this. Earlier in that game, they were doing well in the Akali split push, but Camille this time is going to be their pick for Baron. Alright, off the bat, I already like the AST lineup right here. They're gonna go for the Lulu and Wukong. Again, Wukong can always go to the backlines, and then ultimate of the Wukong Cyclone to knock everyone up. With the Lulu ultimate on him to juggle everyone. Count the Orianna Shockwave on top of that. That is gonna be trouble if ever that is gonna happen. But again, this is just in theory. It is how it should happen in the fight. Let's see if ever Astraeus is going to be able to execute that. They weren't really able to execute their plans in game number 1. Hopefully in game number 2 they're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, so going Kai'Sa, and it looks like they're going to be going for the Yasuo again here for Astraeus. The thing is that, yeah, for Secret Empire though, they're going for Jhin. That's interesting.
Right, Jhin is a good counter for Kai'Sa. Jhin is a much more stronger laner compared to Kai'Sa. And Jin's skills can always reach Kai'Sa at the back. Again, if you're going up against Kai'Sa, you have to choke Kai'Sa out from CS. And Jhin is one champion that can really do that. I like Darius even more, or MF, but Jhin is still A-OK when it comes to lane pushing. So that could be something. They're gonna go for this Janna right here. That is to counter the Kai'Sa. Jin's weakness when in the late game, Kai'Sa can always go in with the killer instinct to the backlines and focus on the Jhin. And with Janna right here, Janna can push Kai'Sa away, and then the sustain on the ultimate of Janna to heal the Jhin. That is gonna be something. So yeah, I like the pick right there. I see why they picked Janna. You were looking for other supports. Janna is coming through, so that's something.
Okay, that's certainly exciting to hear, because now it's a completely different lineup for both of these teams here, and like with the exception of the Aurelion Soul, but then again, like going into this second map here, I think both of these teams already pretty much have a good idea about what to expect coming to this matchup here. So I think it's safe to say, skill-wise, I feel that they're both kind of evenly matched. It was just the fact that the combination was just so much better coming out from the combination and the aggression, I think, because of the Lee Sin pick in the first round, really worked well for Secret Empire. But can they make lightning strike twice again? Let's find out, because round 2 is underway. Astraeus this time will be on the blue. Secret Empire will be on the red. Only one win for SE will secure them the crown, but can Astraeus put in the last word and force this into a 3-round series? We're going to be finding out very shortly. So looking at the setup here, it looks like they are going to be focusing a lot on the mid here. I'm expecting kind of like an early aggression to be coming out from Secret Empire. Doesn't seem to be coming to fruition though. They are just holding back somewhat, not really going for those invades. So pretty much it's going to be business as usual, I suppose, for these early minutes.
Yeah, this is interesting though. 2 supports are here in the mid. They are looking for a clash here in the mid. Orianna against Aurelion Sol. Whoever gets the upper hand usually takes control of the lane, and the supports are here to make sure that happens. But then again, that's time wasted, and supports are not getting are soaking up the experience instead of their mid champion. So they're gonna go back home just to make sure their mid is doing A-OK. And here we go, pretty safe early game at the bottom lane. I want to focus on this Jhin, how he is going to be able to stop the Kai'Sa. That's going to be one key for them to win this game. At the top, it's going to be a very hot fight with this Camille and Yasuo. Camille, I believe, will have a good time right here. Camille usually is very strong, but Yasuo, if the player is very good at Yasuo, he can always reverse the situation. So I want to look at that also.
Yeah, so things are heating up here in the bottom lane because we're also seeing Vi starting to get into the mix as well, just kind of breaking up the lineup here. But Crow now is going to try to put some focus onto his Hysteresis. Hysteresis pulling back a little bit, only to see that his teammate needs a little bit of help, so she jumps straight in here to try to defend, and it looks like Emoji is going to be able to stay alive, so that's really fortunate here for Secret Empire. They haven't conceded a single kill quite yet. Hysteresis is going to be coming in, getting blasted down very low though. Astraeus could try to take advantage of this situation, but with the rest of the defenders from Secret Empire in place here, they don't want to risk this going into an all-out brawl, especially when it's only 2 minutes into the game and things are still very much on an equilibrium here on both these sides. So at the moment, they're not going to try to press the issue here. They're just going to be falling back and going back to their usual paces here in the lanes.
All right. Asus PH right here, they're doing a good job adjusting from game number 1. Game number 1, Lee Sin had a free reign in rotating. Right now, they made sure they get the Rift Scuttlers, and they now have control on the mid. As a fight here is going to happen in the mid. Baby ultimate is going to be casted, but the flash forward by Crow is going to be enough, saying, see you later, Aurelius. So that's Oriana surviving that one. But my point is, Rift, look at the river right there. It's very bright on the blue side. They don't want what happened in first game happen again here in game number 2, and they want to take control of the river, shutting down the rotations of this jungler Vi.
Yeah, that's absolutely important. So it goes to show that they definitely have learned their lessons from round number 1. The thing is that, again, it was mistakes that in the round 1 that also kind of costed them that round. So the execution on this particular matchup here has to be perfect, because otherwise Secret Empire will, if they find an opening, they will just go straight for it, and Astraeus cannot afford to drop another round here, especially when they're already 1 round behind. So Secret Empire now continuing to just keep these lanes pushed out. Seems like bottom lane is going to be forced to recall back to get some heals done, but the thing is the creeps are coming in. Yeah, the Drake will be coming up in about 20 seconds though, and Secret Empire already making some moves here, trying to keep Crow zoned out. That's going to be forcing the Wukong now to try to come in the backup. Lulu is coming back up to speed as well. 8 more seconds before the Drake comes out, but the recalls are coming in. The call is coming in from Secret Empire, just recalled back. It looks like they're just going to concede this ground and perhaps just allow Astraeus to take control over the bottom river here.
Those recalls are usually before the 4-minute mark. It's very important because you need to reset, get itemization, make sure you have good advantage in the itemization. Before, Hilda thought there's going to be a fight right here, and Yasuo is going to go down first. First blood, baby, by the Vi, and that is Secret Empire getting more kills right here. The curtain call is going to open up, bullets flying into the battle, but somehow it's not going to hit. It is going to be Secret Empire taking this game and takes the Dragon as a reward. 0-4 on the board, and that's Secret Empire with the Drake 4 minutes in.
Whoa, yeah, just like you said, like just taking that recall to go back in, get the items out. That was just a perfect recipe here for Secret Empire that won them that fight so handily. Not even a single kill was conceded here to Astraeus, and they got the Drake as well. This is just perfect here for Secret Empire, because now they have the lead. They can try to extend that even more now with this push coming in from Camille onto the bottom lane. So now it's going to be up to the Lulu, and I think was it Oriana? No, that's Yasuo trying to come. Oh, sorry, that's. I think, oh sorry, that was Kuro actually. That was Kuro's going along with Lulu to try to defend in the bottom lane. So yeah, Secret Empire with just that one Drake fight has already taken such a huge lead now. So the Rift Herald will be coming up next. What will Astraeus try to do this time? Can they actually bring a fight this time, or will Secret Empire continue to walk over them?
All right, good job right here by both sides. The Dragon laners are now up the top. Baron laners now at the bottom. That's the swap we're looking for. That's in preparation for the Rift Herald. Usually it is going to be spawning at this time at 6-minute mark in the game, but there's going to be a fight right here. Ultimate by the Jhin is not going to be, it's not going to hit. That is good sidestep by the Kai'Sa right there. Vi immediately regrets her decision going into that Kai'Sa aggressively, and Vi is going to die. It is Astraeus now on the board, 1-4. Rift Herald is still available, and with that kill on the Vi, Secret Empire is going to back down from the position of the Rift Herald. Or I could be wrong. It is Jhin starting the Rift Herald. Is that Jhin? starting the Rift Herald already?
I don't know. He looks like he's close, and yeah, it looks like he already is starting. The thing is that need to try to make this fast because Strayas now are trying to regroup here to try to counteract this. Looks like the Rift Herald is going to be focused now with 4 heroes inside the pit. Looks like they should be able to take it just in time because now the stun is coming out. The fight has been forced. The Secret Empire now trying to get a kill. They've already taken one to Yasuo. Can they try to find some more? Hysteresis trying to run around, trying to avoid all the damage. Unfortunately, that's going to be Janna getting taken down. Double kill here with Secret Empire. They've also taken out the Wukong. They've taken out a Lulu. Things are starting to fall apart so hard here. But Strayas, they couldn't even find a single leg to stand on, and they just got aced by the Jhin.
I thought that was a 4-for-1, but man, they got the ace right there. 7 minutes in, it is gonna be Secret Empire taking the fight and taking the Rift Herald of the game, and this Camille is not even stopping on the push. Yeah, it was a 4v4, but at the bottom, I don't know. I don't see Yasu going up right there, but in the end, it is going to be 2-for-9 in the board, and it is Secret Empire taking this game.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, like Secret Empire looks pretty set to try to make this a 2-0 series. So Astraeus better regroup rapidly here if they want to have another chance to take the grand prize. So Atreus now still in their positions. Secret Empire gathering up in the mid. Looks like they're ready for the push because the Aurelian Soul has just unleashed his ultimate. They're going to be rolling in there under the cover of Aurelian Soul, and looks like they've successfully forced Atreus all the way back to the tier 2 turret. This is looking very bad here for Atreus because they really are conceding a lot of ground now to Secret Empire. They are going to be jumping in. Kuro Ino just got himself picked off here. Can they try to find some more? They're just roaming around here, wasting no time. They're trying to see if they can steal some more buffs here from Astraeus' own jungle, and it looks like Astraeus are still struggling to try to find a way to force Secret Empire off of the turf.
Yeah, 3-12 on the board after that fight, man. Astraeus will have to look for a way to stop this bleeding right now, or else it's gonna be an early evening for them. 3-12 on the board. We are looking at an 8k golden fight at the bottom. It's gonna be very good right here for the blue side. At the very least, they get the Camille as a kill right there. Jhin is gonna be at the area, but they cannot even go near this Jhin with the Void Seeker of Kai'Sa right there. Are they gonna engage? No, they won't. They are gonna be taking this slowly but surely. They do get one. The Rift Herald, I mean, the Dragon has already spawned right here. Wukong is gonna be in the area. Red team will take this aggressively right here. Blue team will be very late in the take, and that is Drake going on to the red side. Secret Empire 40k with an 11k gold lead as the ultimate right here of Jhin opens up. Bullets coming into the fight. Somehow Wukong is alive, but not for long, and they're not done yet. Kai'Sa is very low right now, but good ultimate by the Orianna right there. I think we'll reverse the situation right here. Orianna does go down though, and the Aurelian Soul will get the kill. But that should be it for the fight. No, Rift Herald is going to be summoned here in the mid. The red team is not done yet. Secret Empire knows that they are in the advantage right now. 3 champions on the blue side is down, so they can get more out of this. That is Hex's ultimatum used right there, and that is going to be very good. Yasu will fall down from the Camille, and that is a good fight by Secret Empire. 5-16. After that, Secret Empire well played.
Yo, they didn't have any business staying alive through those fights. I mean, you saw how low all of their attackers were by the time before the Rift Herald came out. So it was surprising that they were still not only able to survive that, but just had the intuition as well to just go ahead and unleash the Rift Herald, and that just handed them another turret to their books. So 4 turrets to 0 here. Atreus hadn't even done a good single push quite yet, and Secret Empire is already starting to knock onto their door. So, I mean, at this point now, Atreus are struggling to try to make a comeback. Looks like they want to try to get a kill here. They do find one onto the Aurelian Soul, but is that going to be space created? Unfortunately, the Baron is going to be completely taken here by Secret Empire, and with that buff, that actually is going to be enough for them to just continue extending that lead. Ooh, this is looking very painful here for the blue team.
Space created indeed. Aurelio Sol was alone at the bottom. Yasuo went for him. Yasuo died 1v4. We didn't see that earlier, but yeah, Yasuo died and then the team was able to clean up. Orianna sent out the ultimate, did not hit, so that's ultimate wasted. But in the end, they get the Aurelio Sol kill. But at what cost? It was very expensive for them. It cost them the Baron, and now Red Team will get another turret as a reward for that good fight.
Oh, this is not looking good at all because Secret Empire now can just go into siege mode. They can just keep them contained inside the base. They're going for another fight here. Secret Empire is unleashing everything they can to try to counteract Astraeus. Astraeus desperate to try to find a foothold. They are just pushing into their lineup here. Unfortunately, they lost a couple of people in the process though. And Secret Empire, even though they got the trades coming in, Hysteris is able to pick up another one onto the Wukong. And with that said, looks like that's going to be the momentum that they need here to continue this push. They're going to try to push up against this tier 3 turret. Looks like it will not be long for this Wells gets blasted down by the creeps. Oh boy, Secret Empire, their goal is just right ahead of them. They know exactly what they need to do. They just need to hold on to the siege here and ensure that Astraeus has no room to breathe.
8 to 21 on the board, and it's a 15k, making it a 16k goal lead by Secret Empire, and base has been cracked open. What a push right there by Secret Empire, and they're doing it right here in game number 2, and we're just 13 minutes into the game. Base is now exposed. Nexus will be next right here as the Drake is gonna spawn. It is gonna be the Infernal Drake, so if ever it is Secret Empire who takes this Drake, it is gonna be a scary team, scary lineup here for blue side, so they need to contest for this. Let's see who is going to be taking it. It is going to be Janna who is here first at the area. Will clean up. There's going to be a fight here in the bottom, baby. It is going to be 1v1, 2v1 right there. Hexax ultimatum on the Yasuo. Yasuo will send out his ultimate too. It is going to be Camille who goes down first. Janna is going to be very low. It's going to be taken down right here. Vi will be next right here. It is H3 winning this fight, but they're not done yet. Aurelio Sol do not chase. You do not chase on Aurelio Sol, and the Wukong pays for that, and that is lesson learned by the Wukong. And just when you thought it is Red Team who loses this fight, they come back on top, and there it is. The dragon is theirs for the taking.
I just want that on a bumper sticker now, that line, don't chase the Aurelian Soul.
Yeah, the stars are gonna bonk you in the head, and your HP just goes down, and that's lesson learned by the Wukong, man.
Yeah, that's a very painful lesson he's gonna have to take to the grave now, unfortunately, because now Secret Empire has already picked up the Drake. They've got 3 Drake buffs here. Oh, this is so scary. This is so scary here for Astraeus, because one wrong move here, one even looking in the wrong way here is going to cost them this round. So their defense has to be absolutely perfect here if they want to have another crack at this best of 3 grand finals. But Secret Empire, they already know they're so far ahead. They just want to continue to keep that pressure going. Now the Baron is spawned. Secret Empire are already in position to just take it. They will have it for sure at this point. And right now, I don't know what Astraeus could do. Like, there's so little options left on their end. They don't have map control. They don't have nothing. All they can do right now is just jump in and try and contest this. Would they be able to do it though? They lose a Lulu straight on the mat. They lose the Wukong as well. Oh no, they lost the Kai'Sa too. This is all over because Secret Empire still has a full stack. They've already taken the Baron as well. There's nothing. There is nothing left. The ace comes through on the Camille and a Secret Empire. Now all they have to do is just march right in. Might as well put out the red carpet here because Secret Empire has done it. 2-0 here. They are the winners on this week's edition of this Wild Rift Challenger Odyssey. Wow.
Secret Empire for the sweep. They complete it. What a fight. They win convincingly. Valiant effort by our friends here in Astrius, but in the end, they fall short. Secret Empire showing you how it's done here in the Challenger Odyssey, and they are your champions. What a fight.
What a fight indeed. I mean, that's the thing. It's like... I was expecting game number 2 to be a lot closer than this, but the fact is that Atreus couldn't find any foothold to stand on after they've lost so many Drakes. Like, it felt like by the time we reached like what was it, the 5-minute or 6-minute mark, it didn't even feel like it was close at all between the two of them. Like, Secret Empire was already having taken so many fights, taken so many wins here. It just felt like we're just watching a slow demise happen in front, and it was just so rough here for Australia, because we know that they are a strong team. We saw them early on, during these brackets, and they seem to be quite the favorites going into this grand finals, and it's just such a shame to see them get run over like this. But then again, this is Wild Rift. This is what happens when you have the perfect draft and you have a perfect synergy between your team.
True, man. But anyways, man, what Istrius did in this tournament was a very good run. It's not easy to reach this grand finals. It was best of one all the way. That's not easy at all. So this is still a win. So heads high from Istrius team. Still come back stronger. We will see you in the future tournaments. I like what you did right here. You just came up short, but I know you can come back stronger. So yeah, kudos to you guys. Still a very, very solid run right here. And here are the stats right here. It is going to be Aurelian Sol who is going to be the MVP right here with 10 kills, 2 to 11. I will say he is the MVP right here. I would say the support though is going to be right next. So that was a very good pick by them. They know that Wukong will really want to go in with the Yasuo and the Kaisa, and Jesus just on the Janna shut that down. I saw many times Wukong tried to go for the Jhin, but the ultimate of Janna just pushed him away, and they couldn't do anything for this Jhin. And when Jhin is hitting you in the face with his bullets, those are gonna be big time shots, and you are not gonna live long if that continues. And that was the key for winning right here by Secret Empire in this game.
Yeah, I mean, just to note as well, like, Janna is just having 21 assists there. That means she was basically involved for practically 2/3 of all the kills that Secret Empire pulled off, and it just goes to show the importance of having such an impactful support player on your side. So very well done here for Secret Empire. And look at Shang's like the item build there. What was this Lulu trying to prove actually? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's just, probably it's just like a last minute buy he did in the final fight, but that's just kind of funny to see in the scoreboard, especially here in the grand finals.
True, man. Yeah. Anyways, that was the fight. Again, congratulations to Secret Empire. I told you before, they are a strong team. I've seen them in their runs in the tournaments before. I think this is their first tournament that they became champions, so kudos to them.
Really? That's great. I mean, what better way to celebrate like their first win by having such a dominant grand final? So certainly, I think there's going to be a real bright future ahead here for Secret Empire. But then again, I think that signals kind of the end of our little show over here. And we're going to be going to the replays first before we actually put an official end to this. So let's go ahead and recap a little bit about some of the fights here. But pretty much, I think this was dominance shown by Secret Empire, especially from that middle onwards, because early on they really weren't going for any risk, taking any fights, until this moment here where Sunny out of nowhere they just pull off a 4-0, just like that.
Right. That was a Drake fight. So yeah, that's what Drake does. They usually destroy the status quo of the game. If you have a peaceful game, usually the Drakes are the signal for the fight, and there it is. And this fight right here, 2-7 on the board. It is Secret Empire winning it right here. Kaisa will try to run right here, but he is going to be run down by the Vi and the Jhin. Jhin just free hitting right there, erases Kaisa, and that was a rampage for him.
Yeah.
Plus the ace.
Yeah, that was almost an ace there, but the thing was that Secret Empire, like what they did basically was just wear down the defenses here at Astrias, like push after push. Even that fight that we just saw early on in that replay, I had no idea how Secret Empire was able to survive that. All of their attackers was so low, and it seemed like all Astrias needed to do was just make one final push and basically be able to eliminate them. But no, again, Astrias stayed alive, Suzette stayed alive, and they still managed to bring out a Rift Herald right after that. So just on tempo alone, it's just basically pounding and pounding and pounding again onto Estrella's front door until that door completely broke. And once those floodgates were open, I think there was nothing stopping Secret Empire from that point onwards.
Sure. There was a point in the game that I saw. It was recorded here in the replay. One of the teammates did surrender on blue side, so that tells you the story of the morale of the blue team right now at this point of the game. It was just trying to survive but not playing to win, while Secret Empire were really trying to win right here. So yeah, that's kind of the story from the half point on. It was just Secret Empire from that point. And here it is. Was this the final push? Oh no, this is just the push to crack open the top part of the lane. And there it is. At the bottom, there's gonna be a fight right here. This is where we thought that it is gonna be blue team who will win this fight. That's 2 kills on the blue side, and they chased the Aurelion Sol right here. Aurelion Sol already very low. Wukong was chasing the Aurelion Sol, taking so much damage, and Jin was there to help the Aurelion Sol. So yeah, I thought that was a window for blue side, but they ended up getting massacred still.
Yeah, I mean the Jin coming in there. I mean that again is what you do, right? Your teammates are facing trouble there. Aurelion Sol was going to get focused on by Wukong. It's just intervention there by Jin that really tipped the balance in that final fight, and that opened up the door for them to continue extending that advantage here to the Baron take. And once they had the Baron buff, I think they simply didn't need to even look back, because all they needed to do was just get onto that base. Aurelion Sol just got right up into the fountain. They've already got them to wipe out onto them when Astraeus tried to go for one last ditch attempt to contest the Baron, and unfortunately that just led directly to their downfall. So 2-0. Perfect series here from Secret Empire, and congratulations, like they're going home with the maximum prize of 88 ringgit, whereas for Astraeus they're only going home with 48. Still not a bad haul, not a bad haul at all, especially having made it to this grand finals here. But frankly, I think I would just love to see if they will be able to come back again, and hopefully come back a lot stronger, because certainly they will have learned a lot from this grand finals.
True, man, true.
Yeah. So that said, I think we've finally reached the end of our show today here at the Challenger Odyssey, featuring League of Legends Wild Rift. I hope you guys at home has enjoyed it. I certainly have. Leoric has definitely enjoyed a lot of this, I expect.
Yes, I do, man.
So
it was an honor casting with you, man. Thank you so much for Ariel Asia for inviting us here to cast this magnificent event.
Oh yeah, it's such a pleasure as well, Leoric. I mean, the knowledge here has been so helpful, and frankly, like I said, I've learned so much just listening to you. So thank you so much, man, for joining us here.
Happy to help, man. Hoping to see more of you in IRL Asia. More power to you guys.
Yeah, so on that note, just want to give one last shout out to our sponsors here. So this Challenger Odyssey was brought to you by IRL Asia. They are a multi-tainment channel that does gaming, music, education, and so much more. They did this event in partnership with Homie, which is a tenant management company. So if you are looking for a room or a space to do your stuff in, you could go ahead and hit up the homies here in Homie. And sponsoring this tournament is Inch Theory. They are doing interior and home design, so if you want to beautify your house, you can go ahead and check them out. And last but not least, our co-sponsors are Feng Cha and PayX. Feng Cha, they produce fruit teas, and you should try them out because they're very, very refreshing and very, very tasty actually. And PayX, they are doing their one-stop payment solution for chat commerce. So for those of you who are doing your own home-based businesses, reaching out to your customers over WhatsApp or whatever favorite messaging apps you are using, PayX might be a good solution for you in order to set up recurring payments with your customers online. So that said, thank you all so much for checking us out here at IRL Asia. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels and also follow our pages here so you stay notified when new tournaments come up. And of course, go ahead and jump onto our website at www.irl.asia so that you can sign up for more tournaments just like this one here. The Challenger Odyssey League of Legends Wild Rift is finally at a close here for today, and we're going to be seeing you guys hopefully in the next stream. So my name is Victorkaxx. Joining me here is Leoric, and we'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. So until then, goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodbye, good night, and good fight.
Yay, perfect.